Some of the content of Patriots Unfiltered may not be suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
The world's original podcast.
Welcome to Patriots Unfiltered.
Why don't I have a light on any cameras? I don't know. No tally lights today, so we don't know which cameras are on. I'm thinking it's this one. Will Evan be by?
He was just finishing his sandwich.
He just decided to take time off to eat a sandwich.
His blood sugar was low.
Most of us wait till a break and then we eat.
Hi.
You good?
Sorry, I was finishing my sandwich.
Why don't you wait till the break? I can just see Eldred making this call with the doctor in front of him saying cough.
Hold on, I got to talk to these guys. This is important.
Pants down at his ankles.
It's the
Like
holiday.
you got a nice haircut?
Yeah, just got it this morning.
G&L?
Yep, G&A.
Called in last week and made a statement regarding Maye's fourth quarter comeback against the Ravens. I stated that they are one of the top-rated defenses in the league as of late, to which Paul retorted that they are not. While I understand your role as the bad guy and your tendency to disagree with the majority of takes, facts are facts and numbers don't lie.
My thing is when Paul misinterprets a point you're trying to make, and then he starts arguing against a point you weren't trying to make, and now you're like, that's not what.
See, the thing I've learned over
That's
my
the
30 years
98.5
with
in
Paul Perillo is that he has a lot of arguments going on in his head.
Yeah.
He has a lot of takes that he's getting ready to defend down the road.
Strategic.
And
His preemptive strikes.
That's a lot of what's going on with him. I see right through it. I see right through it.
This is Patriots Unfiltered.
Presented by Toyota's official website for deals, buyatoyota.com.
All right, welcome to Patriots Unfiltered. It is Christmas Eve here at Gillette Stadium, and the gang's all here. It'll be Deuce and Evan and Paul and me and Alex later, Alex and Matt in the booth. We're all here to bring in Christmas for you and also get ready for this matchup with the New Jersey Jets on Sunday.
Perfect.
Yes, absolutely. I heard, Evan, you poo-pooing the whole thing that this might be a tough game. I heard you on Catch 22. I heard you say that. You poo-pooed it.
I'm with Evan. It's a reason why they're 2 touchdown favorites.
Yes? Am I inaccurate?
My laughter didn't do it enough. Yeah, I mean, come on. Like, this is the worst team in the league.
It is, but even the worst team in the league, it's the NFL. Sometimes things happen.
Stop it. You don't believe that.
Well, what if
Drake May gets hurt?
4 turnovers.
I don't even think that would do it.
For a team that's forced 3
All year.
all season.
I literally think that something like a meteor would have to strike the stadium.
What
or
if
something.
everyone that has been banged up doesn't play?
Patriots win by 3 touchdowns?
Okay.
This team is
I hope you're right.
This team is actually terrible, and I don't normally say that. Like I try to find
They're
reasons.
terrible, and I think they've given up on this.
Right, and those are 2 hand-in-hand things.
Yeah.
But like defensively, they're in absolute disarray. They fired their defensive coordinator. Offensively, Brady Cook has nothing to do with their future. They're just finishing out the string with Brady Cook as their quarterback. This is as uninspiring of an offense as I've watched all season long, watching their tape over the last week. I mean, there's just nothing that I can come up with to tell you that this is going to be anything remotely worrisome for the Patriots. So I do think it's funny that I heard on Paul's shows a little bit well, it's the holidays and it's a weird time of year, and please.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not sure that they'll score 50. Because it's the holidays and they might have a little letdown.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the role of Fred this week.
Yeah.
15 and 3. Tough schedule.
Bill would score 50 on this team on
Jets,
Sunday.
Yeah, for sure.
Mike Vrabel might say, let's call off the Dogs.
And it might be
Dobbs time.
smarter to, if the game gets like that, to get some guys out and just sort of throttle it down and do a giant second half. That would be the smart thing to do.
Sure.
Agreed.
One thing that you said, Evan, that I thought, well, among others, but one thing that I'm hoping comes true is that the Jets might do things in this game that the Patriots have had trouble with over the last few weeks, and so that it becomes sort of a tune-up game.
It's a classic tune-up game.
Get some work in.
Talk about that a little bit.
This is like
Talk about that.
This is like when Alabama schedules like Alcorn State at the beginning of the season, and the result is never the question. Like they win by 70, right? But they feel good about themselves off the game. Maybe they fix some things in game that they haven't been going great.
So that's where I want to stop. are you able to fix some things if the team is not putting up a fight?
Well, I think you're able to do some of that. I mean, this is the NFL. Like, this is not, we're still talking about Breece Hall. We're still talking about NFL players.
But all of a sudden, if the Patriots are stopping the run, is that, real, or is it, well, the Jets really weren't?
I think that you can do things from like almost like a muscle memory standpoint of like, we're going to play better technique. We're going to be more physical. And that I do think can help you come into your own a little bit. I can use the comparison of, the 18 team that beat up on the Jets and the Bills in the last 2 weeks of the season. And they used that as a launching pad into a playoff run. And there's not the same exact situation, but I think that it's a similar enough that in these two games, the Jets and Breece Hall can run the ball a little bit. Their numbers aren't great, but they have the personnel to be able to run the ball a little bit. That's obviously been an issue for the Patriots. And I'd say the next week, if Achane plays, the Dolphins have run the ball all year pretty well.
Yeah. I think next week they could get that test. I agree. Because even down the stretch here with Miami, they've been running the ball pretty well.
He's really good.
Breece Hall's kind of been out of the lineup a little bit. But the 18 analogy is a good one. I would have been the first one to argue with Fred then, just going back to my argumentative nature. I would have argued with Fred, you can't learn anything with those two games. I would still argue, stubbornly, admittedly, that particular aspect was a little bit overrated, but they went on. They got the ship righted with those two games at the end of the year, and they went on into the playoffs, and Sony Michel was a big part of the way they played in those first two playoff games and ran the ball, and they ended up winning another title that a lot of people didn't see coming.
I like that you have an opportunity to play for something these last 2 weeks too. So I think coming out of the game where maybe you can complete the perfect road record, 8-0 against the Jets, then you could come home and maybe you're playing for the division, and maybe you win that game and you win the division. So both of these games could result in a little celebration, good vibes, like feeling like you're accomplishing something, not where you get into some of these Week 18 games and you're like, let's just survive. Let's just hope nobody gets hurt. I mean, I'm sure that there's an element of that too for this team, but to actually have something to play for, and when you win these games, to have a tangible, result that you can say, hey, we're adding to what we did this season, and I think those things are good for momentum, and we'll see about that number one seed. That's still on my mind too.
Yeah, for your point, Fred, about NFL and anything, you're right, and you can never just say there's no possible way, but it would have to require a lot of Patriots help. The turnovers, the one area that the Jets are really good in is special teams. I think they have 3 or 4 returns for touchdowns. So allow a kick return for a touchdown. Kick coverage has been a little leaky to the point where they would, mostly calling for touchbacks the other night. I think they only had 2 returns allowed, and out of the 6 or so kicks. So allow a return and turn the ball over a couple of times and fall behind, and all of a sudden, the other team maybe decides, hey, we might be able to steal one and spoil something for the Patriots. But that would be, in my view, the only way. Because if it's just a game that gets played out normally with no turnovers, nothing, outside I can't. I can't see Brady cook. This isn't that Brady. Yeah. It's a different Brady.
And the Jets' pressure isn't that good where Maye is going to have huge amounts of problems.
No, they don't get a lot of pressure.
I mean, they mix it up a lot.
Yeah, Will McDonald's okay. And then, they have some pieces, but, I think Evan said their tackles. I mean, Vrabell pointed out their tackles are, getting pretty good play. So, there are some challenges. I think Patriots, sounds like Tonga's got a 1 to 2 week injury, according to Ian Rappaport, so he's likely to be out. I'm not really banking on Milt Williams being back out there, and the way he sounded at his locker yesterday, it sounds like it's still a feel-it-out process. So they really might have, Barmore, Durden, Eric Gregory, Jeremiah Farms gets promoted, maybe like those. I mean, they're gonna be scraping the barrel with some of these guys.
Well, Jets could play ball possession football and
Breece Hall's
slow down the game, keep the score down. They could do that.
Not for 4 quarters.
Yeah, if he plays, he might not even play.
They could do that to start the game, and maybe it's a little bit closer than you want it to be in like the first quarter, but they're not going to be able to sustain that. Like eventually Drake Maye is going to start scoring, and at that point, I mean, if it was just one side of the ball with the Jets, then I would be like, okay, like their defense is pretty good, and kind of like Cleveland. Cleveland has a great defense. So in the second half against Buffalo, their defense came alive and they were able to give Josh Allen some problems. I don't see on either side of the ball like where the real dilemmas are.
All right, well, the game's in hand, so let's talk about, is Die Hard a Christmas movie? I'm only kidding.
I said on Catch 22 I had 10 minutes on the Jets. That's all. Like it's one of those games that like
You don't really think.
No, it's not a Christmas movie.
No. You don't really think it is going to be like a tougher game, closer than people think.
he does.
Like the Miami one,
Unbelievable.
you can make an argument for Miami. I don't think that's going to
I
be
say-
either, but I can listen to that
I
argument.
say 70% of me says it's not going to be a tough game, but there's that 30% that says it's the NFL, it's a division game, it's the Jets. You know,
Yeah.
If Justin Fields or Tyrod Taylor were playing, and I saw any semblance of a pulse from the Jets defense over the last, say, 6 weeks, and Brees Hall was sort
Cooking.
of engaged,
Yeah.
I could say it's the NFL, anything could happen, blah, blah, blah. But none of those things have happened. Like the Jets games have been pretty much over pretty quickly. And Brady Cook, I mean, this is not a disrespect to him. I mean, he's thrust into a role that he's not ready for. He's an undrafted rookie. I think he's undrafted.
Yep.
Was kind of mid in college. He wasn't a great college quarterback at Missouri. Doesn't have a ton to work with. I think it's John Mechie and A.D. Mitchell. There's 2 wide receivers. You know, Garrett Wilson's not playing. Brees Hall hasn't been playing. Maybe he comes back and plays this game. I don't even think Mason Taylor played the last game. You know, kind of a promising young rookie tight end. I don't really see where they go to make it an interesting game.
Yeah, I think you can make the case for Miami. And
Yeah, Miami has been sort of spunky.
and it takes a hit that they bench Tua finally, and it's going to be Quinn Ewers instead of Tua. But
For a half, he looked all right. Now he didn't play very well in the second half.
like Achane, Waddle, like those guys are talented players, right? The Jets don't have any of that. Like they traded Sauce Gardner and Quentin Williams. Garrett Wilson's not playing. Brees Hall doesn't want to be there. He requested a trade and they didn't give it to him. He wants out. Their tackles, I think, are building blocks, but they're not. You don't build a team to beat the Patriots around 2 young tackles. So
You don't come in boasting your 2 young tackles like we're going to pull an upset because we got 2 good tackles.
yeah, but those guys, if you're starting to talk about like how did the Jets pull out of this kind of messy thing, I think Fashanu and Membu are going to be good players.
Yeah.
But
They look like 2 good picks.
Yeah.
It's like 2 of your only building blocks, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
Garrett
Yeah.
Wilson.
Well, and unfortunately, their draft picks haven't really been a huge problem. Like
they just keep trading them away.
they've done okay with their draft picks.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying that every one of them was a home run, but
No, they get good and then they.
they get
Trade
some
'em.
good players, and they don't have a good player where it counts, and
Yeah.
it's hard to overcome that.
Yeah.
okay.
The old Jets.
I'm sorry, I don't
All right.
like being disrespectful.
No.
All right.
I
be
try to
honest.
hype up the other team. I
Disrespect it
really
just
do.
a little bit.
So as we talked about, the Patriots do have a lot to play for. There's that perfect road record that they'd like to keep intact. And if the Patriots win and later on the Bills lose to the Eagles in Buffalo, that's a 425 game, the Patriots have the AFC East.
That-
I don't think that outcome's going to happen. I think the Bills are going to win that game. The Eagles
Do
are already
you?
they've already locked
What's
up.
up with
I am
Josh Allen?
stunned
'Cause
by
it
that.
sounded
The
like-
Eagles are already
Yeah.
locked up. the
Oh,
Eagles.
I think Buffalo's going to win. I'm stunned you think that.
Well, I'm being realistic here. I think the Eagles don't have as much to play for, and they're going in the wrong direction despite having the NFC East. So I think the Bills, they got a good draw here they're in a good spot, I would say.
Now, I think Josh Allen missed the walkthrough yesterday. Is that
Yeah, so
correct?
Josh Allen
Yeah,
has
he's
a
got a
good
foot. He's just getting ready. He's
his
fine.
second half against
hurt.
his second half against Cleveland was not good.
Because he couldn't move.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
The play
Yeah.
happened at the end of the first half, which, by the way, another officiating snafu. That was a safety.
Yeah.
It was clearly a safety. And I'm not like you people. I don't really care who wins all these games. Well, yes,
Who's you
do.
people?
You know, like because the league thinks that they
You people.
the league favors the Bills. You know this. Come on, you know this. But that's a bad call.
They
That
favor
was safe.
Kansas
Did you
City
see this
as they're
play?
sitting at home.
I think I
Yes.
did.
So he scrambled around one of those, like, he was 20 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and he ended up slipping right at the goal line.
I didn't see that.
Okay, so he's down on the ground on the goal line, and he's trying to reach the ball out. The ball does not go all the way out. Like, it's just like when you break the plane of the goal line to
Yeah.
score a touchdown. It's
Yeah.
the same thing for a safety. It has to go all the way out.
It was like the Titans
It's
guy in the Super
reversed.
Bowl.
If it breaks the plane of the goal line, it's considered to be in the end zone.
Right.
So the
makes
entirety
sense.
of the ball has to be outside of the goal line.
That makes sense.
And it wasn't, and they deemed that he had given himself up. At the one, he didn't give himself
He's
up.
still making an act.
He was trying
Yeah.
to get the ball out of the end zone because he smartly said, "Oh no, this is going to be a safety."
You never notice that the refs hate giving up safeties?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything they
Yes,
can.
that's a great point.
Everything in their power to not call it
Yeah.
a safety, they do.
They should just
Yeah.
get rid of the rule because
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
How many times do you see intentional grounding in the end zone? And they, no, there's a guy like. They do. They seem very reluctant to call
Not
safety.
Super Bowl
It's a great
46.
observation.
But that's all right.
I'm with you on that one, Deuce. The foot thing for Josh Allen is interesting. He did not play like himself in the second half against Cleveland, and the Browns stayed in the game as a result.
And the reason why I think that's a big deal is they were dominant before that. The first 3 times they got the ball, they scored touchdowns. They went, psh, psh, that vaunted Cleveland defense, bang, bang, bang. And then he got hurt. And Evan's right. It was kind of a struggle in the second half. They got some points set up by the defense to do just enough to win. If
It's
if
incredible
the Browns
when
had
you-
any semblance of an offense, they might have been
Yeah.
able to win that game.
Shadur, it's hard. It's tough rooting for Shadur.
Oh,
No,
God,
Like I said,
it's like 4th and 20.
Yeah.
Shadur.
He's not. I mean, in his defense, I just don't think he's ready. but he's not.
No,
he's not
well,
very good.
they get
the
him
Browns
down.
are a
you're like,
tough team to depend on.
Yeah,
he makes a few plays, though.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
give him that.
Well, that's all. you're
He's a
kinda
gamer.
Rooting
Yeah.
for him.
He is, but his arm isn't that strong.
He's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
I will. Say,
Yeah.
I think he's accurate. I don't think his arm's that strong. He's not a very good athlete, and I think he kind of operates like he's
He
a really
thinks
good
he is.
athlete.
Yeah.
And he runs around a lot and gets run down. Like
Yeah.
Greg Rousseau, just like squished
Yeah.
like grape.
There's some, weird things play calling wise with the Browns where, as Joe Murray would say, a little smelly.
Yeah.
Well, certainly
Like-
that game against Tennessee, with
Yeah.
that 2-point conversion.
Yeah, the 2-point conversion. And then last week they had like a 3rd and 3 in the red zone and down 3, I think it was, or down whatever it was. And they threw a pass behind the line of scrimmage that lost yardage. And then they kicked the field goal on 4th down.
I know what player you're talking
I think they were
about.
down 6. I think it was
Yeah.
23-17.
Yeah, I yelled at the TV. on
And
that
instead of like, and everybody was like, well, they had to kick on 4th. I'm not talking about 4th down. I'm talking about 3rd down. Like it's 3rd and 4 and you don't throw the ball 5 yards past, you can't throw the ball past the sticks.
Yeah.
It,
I think I know the play you're
it,
talking
it was
about.
weird. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
like,
I thought the Browns were
"Mm."
going to at least. I figured the Bills would win the game, but I thought the Browns were going to take the lead in the second half, and then that kind of
Smelly.
self-destruction happened. It was a little smelly. I agree.
a
Can I
little
ask you
tanky.
guys, how do you feel about Josh Allen and the Bills right now? Like, I just watching enough of them over the years and this last few weeks, just watching, what he did here, what he did last week, and it just and they have James Cook, so they're not completely barren. But it just feels like they put so much on him, and he puts so much on himself that like they're just gonna drain his life force every season until he's gonna be like a shell of himself in the 30s, and then I feel like it's gonna be like Elway, and he's got to learn to play from the pocket, not run as much anymore. Like I say this as a neutral fan. I'll take off my Patriots fan hat. If I was a Bills fan, I would just be doing what the Patriots were like, clamoring for some dynamic weapons for this guy because, and I don't even know if it helps because it almost seems like he's at his best when he puts it all on himself, but we're seeing him start to get a little banged up. He's getting older. Like it's going to be harder for him to continue to just take the team on his back every single season.
I think if I was a Bills fan, I'd be looking for more weapons, but I'd also be frustrated with my defense, the breakdowns that they have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, their defense has gotten old, and then they haven't drafted particularly well on that side of the ball to replace some of those guys like Milano and Hyde and Poyer, and Tre'Davious White's now back after them trying to move on from Tre'Davious White. But I do think that they've done a better job of running the ball conventionally without Allen being involved, which does take a little bit off of his plate. They can ride James Cook. Like they can, they have a great offensive line and they have a really good running back, and they can. they can say we're going to put Allen under center and we're just going to hand it to James Cook 25 times, and that can be productive for them, which is not the way that it was 2 or 3 years ago. So that should translate, to January.
They need
we'll
a
see.
reset. I've been talking about that with Kansas City. I think Buffalo, I think they did. I think they sort of recalibrated on the fly, and they've missed some. Like Evan said that, some of the draft picks, and just like Christian Benford was a low round pick that really hit for them, but they took a corner in the first round in Kyer Elam, who was a colossal bust.
Yep.
So that's you can't do that. And I know that you might just look at it and say, well, it evens out in the wash. It doesn't, because you needed to have those guys. You need a first round pick to be a good player.
That's their N'Keal Harry, Jacoby Myers.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's a really bad pick. Now they're going to need to find some, like Khalil Shakir. That's a really good draft pick. I think he was like a 5th or 6th round pick.
4th.
Was he that high?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So 4th round pick. That's a really good pick. He can't be your best receiver. He can't. He's not a good enough player. He's like a 3. So they're going to need to find a way. You can't miss with the Keon Coleman pick. You can't miss with the Kyer Elam pick. This Hairston kid this year has shown some flashes. He looks like he can play a little bit, but Evan's right. They've gotten a little old.
You were right. It was a 5th round pick.
I still fear him. But it doesn't matter. Day
See,
three,
we're
same thing.
sharing.
Early day three.
We're giving.
Yeah. So, but I just look at Buffalo. You asked the question, like, for all of these things that are wrong with Buffalo, they're a game behind.
Yeah.
And everything has gone right for you. So, like, how bad are they?
Because the quarterback
No,
Would be my
the quarterback
exactly.
is
Yeah,
unbelievable.
yeah.
Exactly. Now, Sunday, I think, was as predictable as anything. They had like this shootout win against Tampa, this like in the snow, like really emotional game against Cincinnati. Smashed around a huge 21-point comeback in Foxborough. Now you're going to Cleveland. You don't need your best to beat Cleveland. I mean, I think we all took Buffalo to win the game and Cleveland to cover. I think we all got it right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Did I think it would be that close to a loss? Probably not. But I thought that would be one of those games where you're like, what are you doing, Buffalo? Just put them away.
Yeah.
Because you just can't play at that level every week.
Yeah.
They don't have enough that it's going to look better than that when you're on cruise control.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
And
Their
maybe
earlier round
last
draft
year
picks have
that
been a
game on
problem.
cruise control was a 10-point win instead of a 3-point win.
Yeah. They've made some weird picks.
Yeah,
Like
they've missed a little
Kincaid.
bit.
like Kincaid's a good player, but it's not a needle moving pick in the first round. Especially the way that they play, like they can't play him all the time because he can't block. So like they actually play Dawson Knox like just as much as they play Kincaid because he's a better blocker. So like Kincaid is really a 3rd down specialist for them or pass game specialist. Max Hairston, their 1st round pick last year as a corner, has been hurt, and I was iffy on him to begin with. We'll see what ends up happening with
But
that.
he's been okay since he came back.
Yeah.
But he missed the first whatever part. I think he's opened the season on IR.
Yeah. Paul mentioned Kyer Elam. Like those are like
That's a bad player.
Those are like their last 3 first round picks.
Elam's been on like 3 or 4 teams.
Yeah.
Like in a short period of time. That was a bad pick.
Well, I mean, it
and
smells-
everybody thought it was a bad pick when they made it.
Yeah, it smells a little bit like the Patriots draft picks and, the late 2000s. You had a quarterback who was able to, keep you going. I guess just the difference for me is that whereas Brady was able to play into his 40s because he wasn't putting himself in harm's way, how long can you expect Josh Allen to continue to be Superman and take the hits and, when the gotta have it plays, he's bowling guys over.
Does he have a Cam Newton trajectory?
Yeah, like it's gonna all of a
people
sudden,
have.
boom.
He's a much better passer than Cam Newton.
I think that will allow him to have much more
But
longevity.
people have used the Cam Newton comparison, where like when you are Superman and you're running as much as he is and putting your body at
Taking that
risk.
contact.
But
Yeah.
I'll give you like the reason why I don't think it's, and I understand why people make the comp, but when it was 2020, right? That was the COVID year that we had Cam.
Yep.
What did you think of him as a runner that year?
That was pretty good. Yeah.
Right, so that part didn't deteriorate,
Yeah.
but he can't throw.
It did deteriorate a little bit.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, I don't think it was as much a physical deterioration. It's this that like the glaring weaknesses of him not being able to throw were on full display.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was still a runner, but when that's all you can do, and as Evan just alluded to, what I agree with Evan just said, he wasn't like Lamar Jackson as a runner.
He wasn't
more.
even
He was
Cam
a
Newton in his prime runner.
He was
either.
a physical runner, but he wasn't running away from people. But he couldn't throw. He
Cam
wasn't
Newton
accurate enough.
Never.
Yeah, Cam in the open field with Carolina and with Auburn was something different.
Well, there's a
Special.
The play
like,
for Auburn, I can't even remember who it was against, but I remember we were in San Diego. This is how vividly I remember it. We were in San Diego watching the game on a Saturday, and he just ran away from at the last minute, and it was just like,
Man
that
amongst
guy,
boys.
he's just different. You could just see he was operating at a different level of everybody. And this is SEC football.
his season at Auburn might be one of the best college football seasons of all
Unreal.
time.
Yeah.
You know, it's up there.
All right.
That was your Buffalo
Thank
Bills,
you. No, I
segment.
appreciate it. I appreciate that. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. All right. Podcast at
Deuce wants to bury
patriots.com
the
is the
Bills.
email
You can
address.
feel it.
855-PATS-500 is the hotline.
He's thinking.
Jeremiah writes in about the Jets. He says they're playing for the number 1 pick, and their coach has job security for next year. So I do not see the Jets doing anything to even try and win this game. I say this game is going to be a very comfortable win.
I'm a little,
I do too. I'm not so sure about Aaron Glenn's safety.
I think he's going to be there next
So
year.
I heard did someone
Probably.
say that did he get a vote of confidence? I did not hear that.
I think to be a one and done, you have to have a lot of really sort of bad things happen. Yeah. We just saw it, here up close. I think a lot of those kinds of things have been happening with the Jets.
Yeah,
I
I
wouldn't
agree.
say that he's a guarantee to be back. Now, he probably will be. Yep, Fred, you're right. Probably going to be, but
It's interesting. how
that kind of
works.
dysfunction generally,
What about
it can happen.
Stefanski? He seems bulletproof.
See, I think Stefanski's a pretty good coach
Yeah, me
who's
too.
maybe just needs to go.
Yeah.
It's time.
But but maybe
like,
one
like
of those.
Evan said, like it was some sniffy calls in
Yeah.
those
Weird.
last couple of games.
Well, I mean, he's never really gotten to pick his quarterback, has he? I mean,
Like, you want to talk about a draft? I saw this on Twitter this week. Like, they had a tremendous draft, with the exception of these two quarterbacks who, kind of can't
how it
play,
works.
and it kind of just created a controversy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you took these two, later round guys in
Flyers.
Gabriel and Sanders, who I don't think either one of them is going to be the future, and all it's done is create turmoil for you. But the defensive line, Mason Graham looks
Yeah.
exactly the part, like everybody thought, just a good, solid workman, like interior defensive lineman. The linebacker's been terrific.
Yeah, he's
Schlesinger.
Him defensive player of the year
I think,
candidate.
is it Dylan Sampson? It's like been a good, like kind of
sub backer?
Yeah.
yeah. Schlesinger might win
Yeah.
defensive rookie of the
yeah.
year.
So like they had a really good draft, and I know that he's not necessarily making all the picks, but
Yeah.
the quarterback stuff, and then sort of like I'm calling the plays. No, I'm not calling the plays now. Tommy Reese is calling them. It might be time.
He
for
still
for
seems
Stefanski.
like guy gets fired, gets snapped right up. That May doesn't even. I think he gets a second chance. He just for some reason, and I mean, I think he's done well with what he's had, but he has respect that
I
kind
don't
of
know about
transcends
that. I think
Cleveland.
he might have to coordinate again and
I
wait
think-
his time.
I agree with Mike.
I think
I
right
think-
away he'd
yeah,
get
I
a
mean,
second chance.
I think he's considered to be
that
a
reputation. I
pretty
don't know,
good
it's strange,
offensive
like-
mind, and I think people look at him and say he's been able to win reasonably well without a quarterback,
Mm-hmm.
and they wonder what we do with a quarterback. I think he's a 2-time coach of the year.
Yeah, I have a tough time with him as an offensive mind.
I am not overly impressed.
I think
Yeah.
with everything.
he has a system, and I think the system's stable and sound. But like, I don't watch Cleveland games and be like, "Wow, what a scheme!" But I think that their scheme is stable. Like, I think that you can put players and the quarterbacks, especially, and it's not a cumbersome offense to run, and it's smooth, and he knows what he's doing, and like all those different types of things. But I don't think that he's like some like unbelievable play designer where I'm like blown away by what they're doing schematically. But they're we don't have to get too much into Cleveland.
Sorry, that Cleveland draft I left out. So Mason Graham, Quinshon Judkins, then Schweissinger, Harold Fannin,
Yeah.
and Dylan Sampson. Like I said,
Everybody
good
with the
sort of sub
quarterbacks.
running back. The two quarterbacks in there kind of make.
Yeah.
I think they created turmoil. I'm not even. This is less about their ability as it is like it didn't make sense to draft both of them.
The only thing I would push back on is the Mason Graham pick, the most predictable pick of the draft. Like similar to Genti, he's a good player, but they need difference makers, and he's not one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Barton Poland says the game that we really should be watching is Chargers against Houston. He says we really
Bingo.
need the Chargers to win. That's the only way they don't rest their starters versus Denver in Week 18.
Yeah, this is a very good point by Bart that I happen to agree with for exactly the reason he said.
He's definitely right that it's a big game. I'm still watching Buffalo. Like I think for this team, it's important to win the division. I think it means a lot to them. I think it means a lot to Vrabel.
Yeah.
You know, his introductory press conference, take advantage of bad football, win the division, compete for championships. Like those were the
Host home playoff games.
well, yeah, but you do that automatically. I like it's
So you connect
semantics
them.
thing.
You connect them as
but
one
like he
thing.
said both, and I was like, well, if you win the division, Mike, like, yeah, but
Sorry, Mike.
that is a big like objective.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree.
And I think that it's really important for them to finish this thing off.
Something tangible.
Yeah,
But the point about the number one seed, I think, is accurate. You know, the Chargers, if they don't have anything to play for, they're as banged up as any team in the league.
They'll shut it down.
I
versus
think
Denver.
they could be resting guys. Now they might not win in Denver anyway, but if they don't necessarily have
one.
anything to play for,
it's important. Yep.
Anthony wants to know, can you guys recall a time where three teams who have been juggernauts in a conference all needed to seriously retool their teams? The Chiefs, Ravens, and Bills all need serious rehauls, although maybe not as much for Buffalo given their success.
yeah,
Do
I don't think the Ravens need a
No, they have a lot of talent.
I think their talent isn't the issue. I think the coach might need.
And Lamar got hurt.
Yeah, and you could make the same argument for Lamar as we were trying to talk about with, is too much on him? Is that what's going to happen? Because he has been. I mean, Josh Allen plays every game. Lamar doesn't.
Yeah, I mean Lamar got hurt and then got hurt again. Like now he's hurt again.
And he's missed games pretty much regularly, I
Yeah.
would say.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say every year, but at least three different seasons he's missed games.
I think Baltimore would be in the playoffs if Lamar didn't get hurt.
I agree.
Ashton wants to know, with our lack of pass rush, how has Swinson done with his chances? He was fantastic at LSU.
He hasn't had any.
He hasn't had any chances.
Yeah,
No,
I've been
it's
playing
been
on
Ponder.
special teams.
Yeah.
Should he have chances?
I mean, I would assume that if he's secretly really good, that they would be playing him. I don't think
I
that.
think the question is about Ponder, and I think he's been meh. I mean, nothing special.
Yeah, he had a decent game when they were using him on the inside against Buffalo, but then last week it wasn't as good. But I just, for better or worse, I think that there's something to Landry and Chason have been their guys. I think Vrabel's loyal to Landry especially, and I think it's going to take something like an injury or something severe for them to not go down with the ship with those two guys being their bookend edge rushers.
Tough. It was tough watching Landry back in this one. I don't think he has any burst right now. It seems like he's playing through something significant, and
Yeah.
I'm not sure it's going to get better this year. And
That's
my
probably
bigger
why he's still
question-
playing.
Right. And my bigger question is just to get to the offseason. How much do they focus on that in free agency, in the draft, that edge spot? It's just, even Chase on. I mean, I like him, but I think I'd like him best if he was like the third guy part of the rotation, that you had three guys that you felt comfortable with on any down.
In this game, they took him off the field on early downs. They put Tavai and Jennings on the edge on run downs. So I think they agree with you. Like he's really a situational pass rusher.
Yeah,
In his ideal role.
It's quick. I mean, you got to love the effort at the end. I mean, the pursuit to go back
That
upfield.
play at the
and-
end was tremendous.
remarkable.
Now, you had the number about how much they were sort of targeting those guys,
Mhm.
both sides, but
Yeah.
mostly to the left.
Yeah.
And that's
Yep.
probably why Evans' point about them taking him out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
The
All
edge,
right.
Chase
the
on
edge run
Gonzalez.
defense was tough.
Tough.
Yeah.
855-PATS-500 is the hotline. Let's get to it. Sean's in Vancouver. What's up, Sean?
Yesterday, Mike, I compliment you on the 1985 Patriots podcast. So I have a game for you guys
Okay.
on that.
All right.
Yeah.
I got an unfair
Yeah.
advantage,
And-
I think.
Well, no, but you've been doing the work, so Mike, you can chime in on this one for sure. And in 1996, Patriots director of player personnel Bobby Greer clashed with Parcells over draft decisions, which led to Bill Parcells leaving the team after the Super Bowl loss. What role did Bobby Greer have with the 1985 New England Patriots?
1985.
I know.
Bobby Greer.
College scouting director. I don't know. I just guess.
Wait, hold on.
There's no way I'm going to
running
know
backs
any
coach.
I
of
was
these.
going to say, yeah.
believe it was a
probably
running backs
running
coach.
backs.
Running
Yeah.
backs coach.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, it's offensive backfield coach. You're right.
Yep.
There you go. Okay, next question. The Patriots selected center Trevor Maddich, 28th overall 1985 draft. What college did he attend?
BYU.
There you go.
Yeah. Didn't play, got
All
hurt.
right. I don't know if I'm going to stump anybody with these questions. Which two teams did the Patriots beat twice in 1985, and what were the scores?
Was it
the
the
scores,
Raiders?
I don't know. They beat the Jets and the
The
Dolphins
Jets? Oh,
twice.
that's right. Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. I'm not
No,
sure the
it's
scores.
Score. Paul, you don't know
Jets.
scores?
Yeah, the Jets and the Dolphins
not
they
the
beat
Dolphins.
twice.
Yeah.
No, it's the Bills, 17-14
Oh,
in
they did
Buffalo, and the Bills
Okay, well
14-3 at home.
they
The Colts 34-15 at home, and the Colts 38-31 in Indy.
yeah,
They lost in Miami, and they lost in overtime to the Jets.
Oh, I was just
no,
counting
but they
in
beat them in the playoffs,
Well, does he maybe you're
Well,
just taking
just
saying
regular
regular season?
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because I think they split with both of those in the regular season,
Yep.
correct?
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So they beat them twice.
Yeah, I meant the regular season. I
Okay.
should
Yeah.
have,
Yeah.
The other two
Okay.
AFC East teams.
You have to be specific,
It's
Sean,
Vince Ferragamo. If the Bills.
because we'll catch you on the
14-3.
technicalities.
All right. Two more questions. The Patriots only went to overtime once in 1985. Who did they play, and what was the score?
The Colts.
Jets.
just
They
said
lost
it.
16-13.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jets.
They had it.
I knew it was one of the teams he just said.
Pat Leahy field goal. That was like a
Yeah.
knuckleball that just barely kind of made. I
And remember his shoelace was untied
I'm
during
not,
that?
I don't remember that,
Really?
Fred. That's just creepy, freaky.
Were you rooting for the Jets at that point, Fred?
Probably. They were good then.
No, 85.
Broncos.
85. I was living in Boston, and I
Okay.
was rooting for the Patriots.
Did you go to the rally?
All right.
Send them off?
No.
What's the last one, Sean?
Last one, 1985 NFL Co-Defensive Player of the Year and Hall of Famer Andre Tippett led the AFC with 16.5 sacks, but also achieved greatness in which martial art?
Oh, it's
Krav Maga.
a form of judo.
Nope.
Taekwondo.
No.
Was it Krav Maga?
Nope.
I don't know.
What is it?
No, he had a 7th degree black belt in Uchiha karate.
Oh, karate.
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 I'm a
yeah.
karate man.
Karate.
Yeah.
Karate Man bruised on the
Karate.
I bruise
inside.
on the inside.
Karate.
One.
Thank you, Mike.
Okay.
Is this Ralph Macchio?
I always love having Mike here because you always get.
Is that it,
Oh, I
Sean?
love the Eddie Murphy.
That's all right. Go, Pat.
Thanks, Sean.
All right.
Thanks, Sean.
New episode Monday.
Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah.
Let's go to Nate in Connecticut. What's
Maybe
up,
New
Nate?
Year.
Hey, can you guys hear me well?
Yeah.
So first off, I just want to say Merry Christmas to everyone.
Thanks,
Uh,
Nate.
You too, Nate.
And thank you. And we have the Jets this upcoming Sunday, and they say that this is a rivalry, and yes, it is. But this rivalry has been like one-sided forever, and with the position that the Jets are in this year, it's just going to be. I think it's going to be a blowout win. I think Patriots. We're gonna take this dub. We're gonna hopefully get the division with the Bills lost. And changing topics, since it is Christmas Eve, I just want to know, what are your favorite Christmas movies to watch? Personally, I'm a Home Alone fan, 1 and 2. The other Home Alones I hate. I think the first
Six
and
was
second
bad.
ones are probably the best.
Are there a lot?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Yeah, I
asking.
think-
Yeah,
Okay.
There's a handful.
All right.
I think there's 3.
Merry Christmas, guys.
All right. Thanks, Nate. You have a
Merry
good one tomorrow. I mean, Christmas Story is a favorite of mine. But
Love
I've
BB
seen them
guns.
all so many times that,
Yeah.
Die Hard.
There's 4 Home Alone.
it's not
Stop
a
it.
Christmas movie.
Christmas Vacation,
Christmas Vacation.
number 1.
Yeah.
Christmas
Elf.
Vacation's pretty good.
I
That's a
think
good
Elf
one. And
is
Home
just-
Alone. I think Nate's
Yeah.
Home Alone.
Elf is great
good,
too.
What
But I
about
like,
a Charlie Brown Christmas?
Yeah,
well, I don't
like
actually.
that. Yeah, just the music too. I always put that
Andy
on.
Hart hated all
Hated
Peanuts.
it?
Oh,
What?
he
hated
didn't get it.
Peanuts.
He didn't understand the attraction.
I was while Andy was a little ridiculous with it, I kind of agreed with him a little.
Oh, I was a big when I
I
was a
can't
kid. I
do,
loved
like-
Peanuts.
Oh, man.
I can't do like the real Christmassy ones. That's
Yeah.
like you gotta. It has to have some
The
sort of.
schmaltzy one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I don't know.
It's a
like-
Wonderful Life.
You're right.
Oh,
like I'm.
oh.
yeah.
What about Elf? That was a
Elf.
good
I
one.
Elf's
like
great.
Elf.
Great.
Elf and Christmas
Elf-
Vacation are
Elf
my
is
2
funny.
favorite.
I do like Christmas Vacation though.
Yeah.
It's like an hour and 30. It's not like a
Why
heavy
is the
lift.
carpet wet?
Oh
Tom?
my God.
Yeah.
Just
The
wonderful.
neighbors. The extended cut's
don't
even
know,
better
Margo.
because there's more of the neighbors in the extended cut.
You know what's kind of scary when
good.
you watch it now is that Rudolph claymation one. It's like just
Scary.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just
I mean,
It's kind of
Scary.
I don't know. There's something
it's
creepy
ridiculous.
about it.
The whole message is like, I have no use for you until you can help me.
Right, that's true.
Now
Is
I'm
that
going
a
to bring you
Christmas
back
message?
into the farm. Is that
Is
really
that the
Christmas?
Die-hard Christmas message?
Right.
I have no use
You
for
know,
Don't even get me
said that the
started.
elves are saying, "Oh, needs work," and it's like it's really
a
bad.
dentist. The kid wants to be a dentist. Like, give him a break.
I did like the Tim Allen Santa Claus movies too.
Oh,
Those ones are
I think I
fine.
saw the first one.
The second one's better.
There is though like a handful of 5 or 6 of these movies that are just. I mean, we named them. They're just awesome. They're all rewatchable and fun. And
None of them are Die Hard.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Let's go to Deshaun in Virginia. What's up?
Godfather, another great Christmas
What's up, guys?
movie.
How you guys doing?
hey,
All
Sean,
right.
what up?
Harry Potter is another one.
Yes, I just want to start by saying I was at this game Sunday night, and the biggest thing I can say is that I'm not very impressed by this defense, specifically the secondary, because when I watch these guys, it's like they don't challenge anybody. I mean, like they don't hardly get any interceptions, let alone even like bat passes away. And it's like when I'm watching, it's like it always seems to be somebody open, you know, and teams are able to consistently drive the ball, every single job when they get it. And it's not like we're the best defensive team in the red zone. So when teams get down there, they most definitely crack through to go get a touchdown. Like every single time when they get down there. So when I'm looking at this team right now, I think that the biggest thing, and they called the Patriots before, is this defense. And you can't depend on a second-year quarterback to pull you out of the wings every single time. Because I mean, he's a second-year quarterback. I mean, like you can't expect him to go ahead and be put on the cape to save the day.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see that happening game in and game out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think everyone agrees with it, Deshaun. If they lose, it's going to be because of the defense.
I think you just hope that they're going to get
Yeah.
their guys back.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Deshaun.
You know, this defense has issues, and we've talked about them all year long. But not having Milton Williams and Robert Spillane is huge.
Big pieces.
And if they
Big
get both
pieces of
those
the front
guys
seven.
back and they can stop the run again,
Yeah.
you know, it's hard to stop the pass when it's 3rd and 4. You know, there's a lot of things on the menu. There's a lot of options for the offense. You know, when you get teams off schedule and you get them behind the chains and you get them into 3rd and longs, you know, that's when you can create
But
turnovers and pressure
Early
and
in
all
the
that
season,
stuff.
though, before when they were stopping the run, weren't they rated low in pass defense?
Well, they were rated low in terms of like adjusting for schedule. You
I
know,
don't know what that
The
means.
the-
DVOA.
yeah.
They're still rated low
Oh,
because
yeah.
that
They've
takes
been low all
into
season long.
account the
Yeah.
the offenses
I'm just
that
talking
you're
about
facing.
like, were they good against the pass or not? I don't. Yes or no? Early in the
Well,
season.
what do you think?
I thought that they were ranked pretty low against.
No,
it,
but
right?
what did you think that they were? Forget about the rankings.
Yeah, I thought that was
Yeah.
the one little weakness
I
they
would
had.
I would agree with you.
Yeah.
I would agree with you.
The numbers early on in the season were that, and then the schedule took hold, and
Yeah.
now their pass defense is rated much better because they played the Dylan Gabriels and the
Gotcha.
Cam
Right,
Wards
okay.
and those players.
So that's all you had to say.
Well, that is what I said.
No,
But I mean, like, just as a point of comparison, Drake May's had a pretty good year. Would we all agree?
Who?
Drake May.
Pretty
Drake-
good.
Drake,
Drake
May.
May.
Pretty-
I
pretty-
still don't know
Drake,
what
Drake
that
May,
means,
May.
and if you would care to
Well,
explain it to me, then
no,
I'd be
I think
happy to take part.
I
Part of the
could be completely wrong, but I think
Let's hear it.
PFF, when they list the guy, like if your nickname was PP, it
It
would be
says-
Paul PP Perillo.
This is Pro Football Reference, not PFF.
Oh yeah, and for
Yeah.
Pro Football Reference, and for Drake, they had Drake May, and as if Drake May was his nickname. And now I don't know if it was a mistake
Okay, so
by
No,
some
no.
college
that,
kid.
that makes
No.
sense.
And I think
No,
it
this
caught
is
on.
not it at all.
That's not it.
That's
No.
not it.
No.
Okay.
But that
after, right?
happened though.
No, this is because they put the nicknames for all the players on their website.
Exactly.
But they didn't. They do that as a reactive thing. That they don't start the trend. The trend is put on the website.
Oh, I thought that was a
No.
mistake, and that started the trend.
No. So
okay, so I'm wrong.
I would give a little bit of credit to Drake May Lover. I think that's probably where this all sort of started to originate. But the whole gist of it is that he's so good that he doesn't even need a nickname. He's just Drake May. Like we don't need
and
to.
Drake May Lover did that.
I would say he was probably the one that started to
I think that's
popularize
pretty
it
clever.
the most. So the whole idea of the nickname is that he's so good we don't need to give him like some Fugazi nickname. He's just Drake May.
Okay.
So he's Drake May.
I like that.
Here's Nick Baby Love.
I'd like
I
to.
don't need a nickname.
I'd like to have a nickname for Drake. I would. I don't
would?
know what
The Drake.
I don't
No.
know
The
what it would
Pharaoh.
be. Yeah, I
No,
don't
this
know.
is good.
It's
good.
But just as a point of comparison,
Love the
he's got
Drake.
Love the
he's
Drake.
got 25 touchdowns and 8 picks, and the Patriots have allowed 24 touchdowns and 8 picks. I would say that most everybody would say Drake May's having a really good year. So those numbers would indicate the other team's quarterbacks are having a pretty good year.
Yeah.
You know, now that's just an average. Obviously, that's not one guy. So, you may shut down, as Evan said, the Dylan Gabriels of the world. But I think when you faced some other guys, you didn't fare quite as well.
Yeah.
Speaking of Fresno, who do you think is the best team in the league now, and how much better are they than the Patriots? And which is the better movie, Bad Santa or Christmas Vacation? Bad Santa. Have you seen that?
I've seen Bad Santa.
Oh, that's a great
yeah.
movie.
Yeah,
It's a
Lauren
great
Graham.
movie.
Christmas Vacation's a better movie.
I disagree.
I like Vacation, but Bad
probably-
Santa is very funny. I agree.
I'd probably still say the Rams. I know Seattle just beat them, but
I would worry about Evans guy.
I would just go on the quarterbacks, and I mean I think Seattle. It's probably a coin flip between
Kyle?
Seattle and the Rams right now, but and maybe
I
maybe
think
the
Seattle
49ers
is
sniff in there.
and it's funny because I think Seattle is the inside track to get the number one seed. I think they're the third best team in that division. San Francisco has impressed me a little bit more this year than most because of the amount of injuries and turmoil they went through. They did not look anything like what they look like right now in the middle of the season. And they just found a way to keep doing just enough to win games. And now,
Purdy's
looks
been
like
playing
Purdy's
on
healthy,
fire.
Kittle's healthy. 5 touchdowns the other night. The defense has got a whole bunch of guys that you don't really know. They're starting to make plays. I think San Francisco is one of those teams that no one's really talking about that I think could be a real threat.
It's a fun year.
yeah,
There's not a dominant team.
Yeah,
There's
we're-
not one team that I would say is
I do like the
best team
Rams,
in the
as
league.
you guys all know.
Yeah, no, me
Yep.
too. Me
I got
too.
a soft spot for the
But
Rams.
if the NFC Championship's in Seattle, I think that might give Seattle a little bit of an edge. Does Darnold play?
Yeah, I think
well.
either one of those teams could win in Seattle. I don't think Seattle could win, on the road.
You do have a concern that Darnold, just like last year, is going to turn back into a playoff pumpkin, and you don't have that same concern because Purdy's been to a Super Bowl and Stafford's won a Super Bowl. So I get Paul's points, but yeah, Purdy's been probably the most efficient quarterback in the league when he's been healthy and been playing. He's been really good.
I would put Seattle on a list of teams, though, the most surprising. I mean, the Patriots obviously are in it, but the most surprising teams that you didn't really see coming. I would say the Patriots, Seattle would definitely be a couple of those, but by far.
Bailey says you guys aren't talking about the real reason players win MVPs. I don't want to come off as snarky, but the reason Josh won MVP over Lamar is seeding. A top 2 seed has won it every year outside of one since at least 2010, maybe even further back. It's been driving me crazy hearing you guys say Allen won it because he had less talent. I think Allen deserved it either way because he led his team to more victories by being more clutch. So with all that being said, if we win a game versus the Dolphins or Jets and the Seahawks win out, Drake May is as good as a lock for MVP. If we end up dropping to the 3 seed, I'll be a little more nervous with Lawrence's late season push, but I don't think we'll drop. Evan and Paul are my favorite on the pod, so I hope they respect my snarkiness and get mad about this. And don't get mad about this email.
I wouldn't get mad about it.
I would just say
I
that.
just disagree. That's
Yeah,
all.
I would just say that a lot of the people that vote for MVP explain publicly why they voted for MVP.
There were stories written about it.
Because last year was a very, very close and very contentious vote between Lamar and Josh Allen, and all the people that voted for Josh Allen is using the reasoning that Paul and I have brought up, which is that he had less around him than Lamar Jackson did.
And
not that he had a better record.
Yeah, and I do appreciate the snark, by the way. I like the way he led into it. Like, let me tell you, it was like the Dirk Diggler, Mike. Let me tell you what you did wrong. Let me show you what you did wrong. But I would just say, when you have an opinion, I wouldn't present it as fact. Like, let me tell you why.
Well, that's fine.
Your
It's
opinion.
dramatic.
Your opinion is, that one of the first 2 seeds. If that was true, then why did Lamar win the first team All-Pro, voted by the same people? If Evan's not right about the differentiation being the MVP, they felt like the guy who did it with less.
I know a lot of Patriots fans are using this as a feather in Drake May's cap, but I would say that this is a little bit of like correlation versus causation. Like, obviously, the guys that are going to be nominated for MVPs are going to be on the best teams. So like them being a 1 or 2 seed is just kind of a result of like they're having outstanding years and have their teams in outstanding positions. So like I don't know if that's necessarily like they are winning it because they were the number one seed, or they're the number one seed because they're winning MVP.
In my opinion, if you're going to talk about an MVP, like last year, Joe Burrow had an unbelievable season, but they went 9-8 and didn't make the playoffs. I can't go that far down to give an MVP, but if you win 14 games and this team wins 13 games but gets the 3 seed, I'm sorry, I'm going to pick who I think had the better year. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like you can make an argument Joe Burrow had a better year than anybody last year, or Jamar Chase. You know, those kinds of things. But if you can't win enough games to at least make the playoffs, that's kind of like my point.
Little MVP trivia. There's been one MVP since 2010 that won without being a top 2 seed. Who was it? Hint: it was a major storyline year for him.
Yeah, I have no idea because I don't remember.
Adrian Peterson.
I don't remember all the seeds.
AP.
Like I don't remember all the different seeds. You know.
Right. Back to the phones we go, and it is Dan in New Jersey. What's up, Dan?
Hey, happy holidays, fellas. You're talking about movies. Kind of underrated, but I really like it. I look forward to watching it every year, and that's Family Man with Nicolas Cage, Tia Leone.
Oh, yeah, I think I know that movie. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a twist on It's a Wonderful Life. Cage is kind of a full of himself, kind of Wall Street, high-powered mergers and acquisition guy, and he gets a chance to see his life as if he were a tire salesman in New Jersey, which I relate to.
You sell tires?
No, I don't sell tires.
Mike sells them. On the
What do you think of the Bridgestone Run Flats?
Yeah, they're available at Sullivan Tire.
Yeah.
But I just want to say I had the best Christmas present this year already. I got it 12-3. Doesn't matter what. I'm going to the game on Sunday. Looking forward to it. I'm undefeated at MetLife, and my wife's become a big fan over the last few years. So we're just looking forward to
nice
enjoying our Christmas with a playoff-bound team.
And I think you might be also with a lot of Patriots fans.
I'm sorry that's the stadium you have to go to.
Thanks, Dan. Appreciate the call. Jean writes in. I'm disappointed that Paul does not know that the 1964 Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer movie, the claymation movie, is the original Just Do Your Job motivational movie that inspired Bill Belichick.
What?
I think he did mention that once.
Really?
Yeah, on a Friday or something. Yeah. Yeah.
That and
I have no idea.
what's the
I have no idea
what's
what that means.
the like war general guy?
Sun Tzu.
Yeah.
Santa Claus?
Yeah, the Art of War.
Yeah, so the art of war and Rudolph the Red.
Well, is that another one of your anonymous reports?
Hello, Bill.
No, it's by Adam Schefter.
I got to dig
The
deeper
follow-up
into
to that
one. I
was
gotta
Adam
dig deeper
Schefter,
into
and
that
then all
one.
of a sudden he changed his tone. Is that what I told him? Oh, sorry. I forgot.
Yeah.
Should I read a Night Before Christmas poem by Steve
Sure.
that he writes in every year?
Is it Steve or Dan?
No, this is from Steve.
Like the
Steve
original
from Marblehead.
No, this is a new one then, because Dan writes the Christmas poem, the PFW Christmas
Okay, well,
poem.
this is from Steve. I don't know.
But I'm more than willing to see if Steve can
Okay. All right.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
I feel like I'm
Because, we got to hurry. 'Twas the night before Christmas in the AFC East where the Jets, Bills, and Dolphins all feared a new beast. The Jets had been confident, with a good reason. 12 years in a row, we have won the offseason. The Dolphins' concerns have never been fewer until the game started, and yeah, we got Tua. The Bills were all snuggled in bed with good cheer until the billboard arose. We'll take it from here. That's a good one. The Pats had a goal. We will beat the bad teams. The schedule complied with more than in our dreams. We shut down the backs and receivers with glee. Eldred is stubborn. He still wants AD. We rattled off 10 wins in a row, then a loss. We sure showed the league who's now the boss. But Christian called in, all weeping and crying. Our team's a fraud. They're a paper lion. After each game, Evan gives good write-up. But when coach called his name, he couldn't stand up. In preseason games, Paul's a film star, but forget the Red Rider. Paul wants a new car. Deuce knows the defense, but never the spread. All of his entry songs got to his head. No Tuesdays or Wednesdays. She'd only get bored. Hey, did Alex mention she won an award? He's got big ideas. He's making big deals. He's winning the picks because Freddie got feels.
Yep.
The fans and the callers all want you to know all we want for Christmas is a fourth weekly show. Oh, that's good, Steve.
Good stuff.
Wow.
Good stuff. See,
That
you were
was
worthy.
good. That was very
Good
good.
one. You know what I'm
worthy.
going to do? I'm going to forward this to Alex so that she can
Put it in the
Post it.
newsletter.
include it in the newsletter.
That was very well done.
And by the way, if you don't get the newsletter, you should. You can do it by going to, what is it, patriots.com/
Newsletter?
I don't even know what it is now.
Just
Is
Google
it
it.
PU newsletter?
Google it.
I don't know. It just comes in my email.
Yeah, I
Alex
already
can
signed
tell
up
us.
Google it.
Yeah.
for the weekly roast of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But good job, Stephen.
Very good.
Good job.
Very
And you
good.
know what he did? He bolded where I should put the accent on each line.
jeez.
Because he
Extra
really
points.
wanted me to make sure that I got it right.
Remember
That
when
was
Dan
very
used to
good.
do the shout out to Shane in the middle of everyone?
Yeah.
And Shane hadn't worked there in like 15 years. I'd be like, shout out Shane. What's up, Shane? Like it would stop in the middle.
Good stuff. Let's get back to the phones.
Oh dear.
I don't know. Should I?
Yeah.
Ho,
It's
ho.
Christian.
It's,
Yeah.
it's Christmas.
And it's Christmas.
Merry
What's
Christmas.
up, Christian?
Yippee-ki-yay.
It's Christmas.
Well, because it's Christmas, guys,
Yeah.
no, nothing to go at you guys about.
Aw.
But it is a time to say thank you guys for a year of content. Thank you guys for the time you guys spend away from your families so that you can put on a show so that we in fandom can.
You all right?
You going to make it?
Listen. Yeah, I'm a little. I got the Christmas cold like
Oh,
everybody else.
jeez.
You have consumption?
Well, we need you at 100% for the playoffs, Christian. Rest up.
I know you do, man.
I need a
It's been year
foil.
of ups and downs for everybody, right? It's been a year of ups and downs for me. My company, Wait For Me, got chosen as best international startup of the year, and then a few
You
days
did
ago,
try
my
to
dad
like
finally
him.
passed. You know, so
And then that happens.
from well, and then that happens, and so it's like up and down. That's how the year goes, and that's how this sport goes. And you guys guide us through from the fans that are just dejected every single loss to the fans that think every win means that we have the dynasty back. You guys guide us through, and you're funny, and you're nice, and you're warm, and you connect us all, and you make us all out here on the phone feel like we're in the booth with you guys.
Feel like
We're
a
all
bud is coming.
Patriots together. So happy New Year to you guys. Thank you guys, and for all you do, Beverly, Sue, and Christian in LA. Say go Pats, and we really dig you guys. Thank you.
All right. Thanks,
Thanks,
Christian. A Christmas
Thanks
call.
for your loyalty.
Christian in L.A.
I'm surprised at how nice that was.
We need all these characters on this show, right? We all bring something.
God bless everyone.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had some real explosive plays. And if we saw zone defense, we knew that it was going to give us the best ability to get the ball down the field. And we understood our opponents might have some difficulty with that.
Okay.
That was
is that AI?
That was Family
No,
Guy.
that was a Friday.
That
was a Friday with Bill.
I said that to Matt. That's all that came up when I Googled Bill Belichick, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, was the Family Guy, him doing that. But that was pretty funny.
Claire. Hello, everyone. Hello, Marine.
Hello.
Father Christmas is coming to Claire. Do they still call him
She
Father
just wants to
Christmas?
send a warm Christmas across the pond. Thanks for the great year. Pats win or lose, you all make a Patriots fan awesome. Being a Patriots fan awesome. Thank you.
Is it Claire? Is it still Father Christmas over there? Is that not Santa?
Chris Kringle?
Chris Kringle?
Saint
I don't know.
Father Christmas.
Saint Nick?
Yeah.
Yeah. Back to the phone. Let's see. You got a follow-up, Christian. Sam in North Carolina. What's up, Sam?
Sam.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
About the Drake May nickname, I think I got the meaning for it because I hated it before I came up with my own meaning. But the kid is so nice, you got to say his name twice. And I came up with that. I fell in love with the nickname myself.
Okay. He's so nice. You got to say it twice.
Damn right.
Okay.
Promoting that out there.
Gotcha.
Appreciate it, folks.
All right. Thanks, Sam. Merry Christmas. Bill's in Albuquerque. Hey, Bill.
New Mexico.
Good afternoon.
Hey.
Yes.
Hey, the one movie you guys haven't mentioned, which is drastically underwatched, is The Ref with Kevin Spacey, fellow Emerson graduate, Judy Davis, and pre-rape Oh no, not Dennis Leary.
Yeah.
Dennis Leary is.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got the names.
What's it called?
The Ref.
And it's called The Ref. And it takes place at Christmas. Kevin Spacey's a burglar, and he takes Judy Davis. And
Kevin
I'm sorry,
Spacey's a bad
Dennis
guy,
Leary's
huh?
a burglar. He
Shocker.
Yeah.
Saw that coming.
I'm sorry. I'm in the middle of doing something else at the same time, putting up luminaries.
I don't know this movie.
I've heard of it, but I don't think I've seen it.
God dang funny.
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey and Judy Davis fight all the time, and Dennis Leary's taking them hostage at Christmas because he can't get out of the town. And I swear to God, you guys love it. It takes place in Connecticut, so it's New Englandy. And
we don't really acknowledge
Leary
Connecticut.
at his most Leary.
My wife is from Connecticut.
I know Connecticut's kind of New England. Let's face it.
It's divided.
You know? But it's Christmas. It's Christmas.
It's Christmas.
That's good. That's good. I don't think I've seen it. I don't think
I
I'm
don't
familiar
know,
with it.
I
but
definitely
don't
don't
think
know
I've
the
seen
movie.
Yeah.
Deuce, can you? And I know you can.
It's criminally underwatched.
Yeah.
Okay, The Ref.
I would say
I'll have to look for
All
it.
right.
it's probably hard
Thanks.
to find because
Kevin
Spacey.
Spacey's
Yeah,
Well,
that's true.
Didn't he get let off of all those charges?
I
No.
think his career kind of ended.
Oh, his career ended, but I thought he got off.
Did you ever see him around?
I'm trying. Deuce, can as only you can.
Yes, yes.
And I'm sure you can explain.
Hmm?
Judy Davis.
I don't know that one.
You don't know who she is?
Oh, we're talking about Judi Dench?
I was, hold on.
It's a different
Hold on.
person.
Dame Judi Dench?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know who that
she's a
is.
dame.
Yeah.
Judy Davis. Yeah,
Judy Davis.
Judy
Not
Davis.
sure I know who that is.
Oh, yeah, she's been around.
I'm
been
sure
around.
she's famous. I mean,
Yeah.
she's 70.
IMDb.
I don't know who
I know.
she
I'm
is.
like The Dressmaker, Mystery Husbands, and I haven't seen any of these. Barton
Well,
Fink.
if Deuce
I saw
didn't,
Barton
if
Fink.
Deuce didn't
No.
know who she was
The Ref.
without looking up IMDb, then
Naked Lunch?
I feel better.
No, not a lot of these movies I've seen. I'm not surprised. Absolute Power, I did see though. Clint Eastwood. I think that was a president assassination movie.
I saw Barton
Secret
Fink. That was
One of the 500.
one of the Coen brother
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen any of these movies that she's been in. So, yeah, sorry.
Okay.
The Ref. I never,
Uh,
not familiar with it.
Aaron in Port Jarvis, New York. He says, this is the game. I'm calling it now. Efton Ladarius Chisholm III, 350 receiving yards, 9 touchdowns. We've been saving him all year for this moment.
He might play.
He could play.
Who was the new guy?
No, Efton
Efton
Chisholm.
Oh,
Chisholm.
Efton, sorry.
The new guy.
Yeah,
Well, they
no,
signed
he might
Elijah
play.
Mitchell to the practice squad, who has played a little running back in the league. I don't think that's a great sign for Travion Henderson's availability. And then they upped Brendan Hymus as well. So I don't know if that's great
Yeah.
for Jared Wilson too, who's in
Yeah.
concussion
But with
protocol.
Booty and protocol, and Douglas did not play much with the hamstring issue.
See, Fred,
You could get
this
some
is
Chisholm.
what you need. Like
could
this
get
to end the
some
season,
Chisholm.
it's had
Mac-
everything. Wins, MVP
Mac
football.
Collins,
It's
Kyle
you need your
Williams,
He's
Chisholm.
got all the
Chisholm.
elements. This is a
He
preseason game. This
he
is where he
does.
shines.
This
That's
is
so
it.
true.
The other team has nothing to play for.
Yeah, that's true. It's basically
There's
is
no
a
ability.
preseason
Don't
game.
forget that.
Yeah.
No ability, nothing to play for.
Let's just say he did play.
Yeah.
And he had a great game.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Would they carry him
Would
off
you
the field?
consider
No.
taking time away from Pop Douglas?
No.
Okay. All
But
right.
but I
And
mean,
more importantly, they wouldn't either.
I mean, like if he had like 10 catches for 150 yards and was just like unbelievable.
That's what I'm talking about. I would take
mean,
that,
like,
right? That's what I'm talking about.
I don't think he would take anyone's job if they were healthy, even
Okay.
if he did that in this particular game.
Okay.
Now, if he had done that, say, 6 weeks ago, and then you're looking at like maybe we could give this guy another look or whatever. I just don't think in this game
Okay.
That's fair.
it would be considered
Looky Lou.
what
right.
you're thinking. You know what I mean?
Franklin in Baltimore. In the event Papa Myers is listening, I just want to say that I'm happy for Jacoby,
Yeah.
who got his extension with the Jaguars.
Boom.
Still miss him being on the team. We do too. I'll also extend a Merry Christmas to the PU crew and hope that Santa left Paul a car-sized shaped gift near his house so we can stop cheating on us PU faithful.
I don't think it's going to happen.
A little Carvana delivery.
Oh,
No,
come on, Beth.
I don't
Get
think
on
it's
it.
going to happen.
No?
Don't put that
No
on.
Lexus bow and
No bow. No bow in the
commercial,
driveway.
the-
Bow for my
yeah.
boo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Paul could have been in
I
the
was thinking
commercial.
that's a lot of work to be able to buy a car,
Yeah.
keep it secret,
Oh,
and
yeah.
have it there on Christmas.
I saw
almost
it.
like it's unrealistic.
Yeah, a little bit.
I just got a good Saturday Night Live sketch. I hadn't seen it. It was from a few years ago, but they set that up that like the husband buys the wife a car and then she freaks out because like we can't afford this, like, and he has no
Who's
idea.
paying the
He's like, no, I
taxes?
did like $2,000 down. She's like, yeah, down. We have a monthly pay. He's like, what? Yeah, it's good. It's a good one.
Joe writes in Michigan, I think the Patriots will have a very tough game versus the Jets. Patriots 24, Jets 21. Defense is a real
God.
concern for the Patriots. Had Ravens rode the running game with their lead, I don't think the Patriots win. OC for Ravens or HC must have the Pete Carroll syndrome.
Yeah, I agree about the Baltimore game, but there's no comparison in talent. I don't think the Jets are capable of doing that.
No. They're not. Even like their run game has some like infrastructure things that are nice with like Breece Hall and their offensive line, and their numbers are still terrible. Like, you know, you look at it on paper and you're like, oh, they could probably run the ball a little bit. They're like 24th in the EPA. Like it's like the best part of their team.
Yeah,
you know, but it's still
he's
not
a
good.
solid player. But did he even play? Is my timeline off? Like, did he even play last week?
Yeah,
he did. He came back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
so maybe he plays. I don't know. Maybe he breaks a long run. He's not really overly
he had
explosive.
16 carries for 54
Okay,
yards.
so he's healthy enough.
That's
he
the one
played.
thing is they do have some explosive runs on tape. You know, I think he's 11th in explosive runs this year, Breece Hall. So it's not like great, but the numbers say that that's the one area of their team that's not bottom of the league.
Yeah,
is their run game.
Just have a modicum of focus. Like, I'll give you the Thursday night game. Let's go to the Thursday night game. Don't allow AD Mitchell to run by you, Christian Gonzalez, because maybe he'll catch it this time.
Yeah, right.
You know, that's the only way they're going to score is those kinds of plays. If you have a lapse in concentration, you know, I mentioned, I saw something this week that your boy Schatz had the Jets special teams DVOA as like historical.
Yeah,
it's like it's like the third best special team season of all time since they've been ranking it. Wow.
They have a really good returner who I'm blanking on his name right now, but
Williams guy.
Yeah, but they've had some good returns. They had one game earlier this year, one of their 3 wins, where I think they had 2. It was right before they played the Patriots in Week 11.
Yeah, I think it's Isaiah Williams. I'm not sure. He's the good punt returner with 2 punt return for touchdowns, and then I don't know how to pronounce the name. Is it Wangu has a kickoff return? For a touchdown.
So I think that was the one of their 3 wins. I think it was the week right before they played the Patriots on Week 11. They had I think it's a punt and a kickoff return touchdown in the same
Cleveland.
game, and that's how they won the game.
Yeah.
So that's it.
That's the formula.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The focus.
I'm gonna go see the head coach.
Have some focus, and you should be able to keep that that team at bay.
Audrey in New Hampshire says, "Oh yeah, gosh, Miss Molly, shoot. We absolutely must change the picks order next year. Mike can't be this bad at picks, and now he's just accepting it as truth. Let's have Mr. Sharp, Paulie P go first. Then,
okay.
Then Evan.
We'll try to keep that in mind.
Then Evan, Alex, Mike, and King Freddie last because he's the boss. That still goes around the deck seating. Give Deuce a chance to hear a bit more about the matchups. If after this change he's still last in the picks and sneaky negative, then fine. Shake it up, Fred. A new year of
It's
the
a
Deuce.
big week for Mike. He did not finish under 500 with the spread.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate the support, Audrey. You're right. I have kind of accepted it at this point. But
We'll get to this in about 20 minutes, Fred. But the wily veteran asserted his dominance.
You?
No, you.
Oh, Kirsch.
The last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Right. He heard it. No.
He heard the footsteps.
Picked up the pace.
And he responded accordingly.
Right.
Oh, okay.
I like it. I like that tease.
I can't wait to hear. I figured because Alex asked me, would the other Alex Francisco be here today? I go, depends on how she did in the picks. If she did well, she'll be here.
She had to drum up a Ramondre interview real quick. So.
She said she had a really good human interest story that she's working on, and I said, well, I'm neither human nor interested.
Yeah.
Peace.
So I'll see you. Thank you, Matt.
L from Wisconsin. Last week was tough, he says. The loss against Buffalo caused everyone all week to talk about Dre coming back and playing in the cold. Please, no more. I can't take any more of that mind-numbingly stupid talk.
Okay. What?
The whole thing about, he needs to prove that he can play in the cold. He needs to prove that he can come back.
So you don't think that they did anything Sunday against Baltimore that doesn't do anything
He was
for you?
already convinced, obviously. He didn't need that.
Well,
assurance.
but you didn't like to see it? I mean, it doesn't matter if you.
Well,
needed to
it
see
wasn't
or
about
not.
the game. He's thought.
I just thought it was cold Sunday night in Baltimore,
He's
and they
talking
came
about
from
the talk.
behind. I think that was kind of interesting.
I think so too, and I think he did as
Right.
well. But
So I thought it was interesting the week before too, when it was cold and they were losing, and they didn't come from behind. That's the
But
difference.
he's just talking about the talk.
I find the actual analysis of the games to be interesting.
Oh,
that's what we do.
Wow,
that's what we do. That's how we do.
I don't just pick and choose the analysis of the games that I liked the way they finished.
Okay.
to-
Ellen,
to
Wisconsin,
analyze.
you've been scolded.
No, I just
your pants have been pulled down and you've been spanked.
It's not a mind-numbingly stupid
internet
argument.
audience.
It's not a mind-numbingly stupid argument to say that he had a great comeback against Baltimore. That's not mind-numbingly stupid.
Elle,
I'm sorry.
If you want to counter, the floor is yours.
You didn't hear what I said.
What?
The comeback against Baltimore on the road in the cold was not mind-numbingly stupid to talk about and be excited about.
Right.
But I'll bet you he doesn't think it is either.
But would
is
you
my point.
Would you say it's my
the only thing that was dumb was because they lost.
Hold on.
the
Would
previous game.
you say it's dumb to say after the Baltimore game he's going to do this every time now?
Yes.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Yeah, and the people aren't doing that.
And he thought the other side of the argument was dumb. He can't do it.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't done it.
No, but Patriots fans will say that. See, he can do it. It's over. We got a lot of that in the postgame show.
Right. And I would imagine Elle might think
Oh,
that's
no.
dumb too.
I'm going to say that Elle thinks that's great.
Okay.
See, he silenced everybody.
All right. Well, maybe I'll.
Because the only thing that was stupid about the argument was that they lost.
Okay, I'll let Elle
So call
speak
it
for
for
himself.
what it is.
I'm not gonna.
Elle's a great emailer. I'm not picking on that.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not, because this
It's
is
okay.
this is, I think, a typical response right now from Patriots fans. Why are they talking about? And Fred dealt with this during the game. People were jumping ship.
Oh,
right.
well, that was
the
ridiculous.
blog.
Right?
This team's a fraud.
People were really upset about
Oh.
it. So was it really that dumb? Not like there were a lot of people that were talking about it and analyzing things, and then they came and they made a comeback, and Drake silenced the critics. I think that's relevant.
Okay.
I do.
All right.
Now, at least for a week, he silenced the critics. I don't know, like Felger always says, one of the few things that he says that I actually find interesting. I don't know what's going to happen in the future.
Watch out, Paul.
I don't know what's I can't see the future like everybody else. Like Patriots fans know exactly what's going to happen. I can't. I don't know what's going to happen. Otherwise, I would stop working here and I would bet all the games, and that would be my job. But I don't know what's going to happen. Do you?
Yes, I do. I have a feel for the league.
Okay, so can you tell me?
Yes.
No.
What's going to happen?
What do you want to know?
I want to know if the Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl.
Probably not.
Okay.
I'll look unclear.
Probably not. It's not. I'm not. That doesn't really reassure
Call me
me.
now for your free reading.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for, Morel. Thank you.
Fred, ask Evan if the A gap is next to the B gap. Also, if the B gap is next to the C gap. One more thing: is the C gap minus the B gap equal A gap? Thanks for your anticipated cooperation.
The A gap squared plus the B gap squared.
If A equals C and B equals A, does A equal C?
Pythagorean theorem.
Yeah.
Transitive.
Yeah.
Got one technique.
Transitive.
Zero.
I was no surprise. I was really bad at that logic course in college.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was pretty good at logic.
Yeah, I was okay like the first few weeks, and then
Yeah.
I just lost interest.
Fred, you and I, logic.
Yeah.
Is that like two trains leave for going at these speeds? and at
No,
what
it was
point
more.
that kind of
That's a trick question.
Yeah, there was more in depth, than it started with the transitive stuff, which I get that.
Yeah.
But then it really got complicated, and I was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not for me.
I'm not exactly a mathematical genius, which is why I drive a 13 Accord with
You're an English guy, right? Though? You must have done
282,000
good
miles.
in English, like English SATs, that stuff.
Ish.
You know, I
Not as-
actually did
not as-
better in math on my
Yeah.
SATs than I did
Me
with
too.
English.
Yeah, me too.
Well,
Yeah.
most people do.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I not in class.
I didn't. I did better in English, but because I'm that bad in math. But most people do better in math, I think.
Yeah. No, but in
Don't-
classes,
don't
my,
check it.
my grades in math were not as good as otherwise.
I don't know. I mean, with my son who's taken like all these advanced classes, like some of the kids get like I would get to the end of those tests and I'm like, I haven't taken this yet, but like he has been in advanced classes, so he's taken it, so he knows what he's doing, So sometimes I feel like you're set up to fail with some of that stuff anyway. But like the analogies and all that stuff.
Yeah,
like,
I barely
or
made it
read
through
the story.
geometry.
Oh, I was great at geometry.
See, that was the only one. Like the algebra stuff, I couldn't do. Trig, calculus, I really struggled. But geometry was the only one that I was reasonably
And you know what? I blame it because I think I have an aptitude for. I had bad teachers for math. I think your teachers make all the difference in the world in math. It really does.
Blame it on the teacher.
I do.
Love it.
I do. I
love it.
I think there's some teachers that they can explain it.
Yeah.
Like Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
Like he can break it down for you and so you can understand it. And I think a lot of teachers, when it comes to math, can't do that.
I agree 100%. And geometry was a prime example for me of that. And I really liked the teacher. His name was Mr. Ron Poskis, if he's still out there. I emailed him at some point as an adult to thank him, but loved the guy and just super funny, made it fun. And I had like a bad first test grade. And I was so disappointed in letting him down that it was like a switch went off. And I just started flashcards. And he was
now, what
hilarious,
was this?
though. Geometry. But he was
So,
funny
like,
teacher.
sophomore?
Some of his junior year. Some of his
he didn't take the geek class.
like he had great ones like look it up in your funkin' wagnalls, like he'd yell that at you if you didn't know someone, or flip it over and do it on your backside. You know, like he just was funny. He got high school humor, and it was also one of the classes where I remember he was making a joke and everyone in the class was laughing and I farted. And like the whole class, everybody heard it, but everybody just kept laughing anyway. Like I wasn't even that embarrassed because everybody was already laughing anyway. But he was a great teacher, and I always think of that teacher in the class.
Did he do anything specific besides humor that made you understand?
Well, I don't know. That's a good. Like we used to do a thing called pick a quiz, where you literally, like in geometry, you know, you have to know like all the different proofs and stuff, and you know what is this rule, and he'd go around, you'd have to pick one out of the hat, and like the pressure beyond. So I don't know if I mean, he definitely just made me want to work harder for him. So I don't know if it's.
I mean, I remember when I
call them deductive proofs.
Oh yeah, I love those.
I just got PTSD.
I loved them. I really
when
did.
I finally figured out algebra, like it was a light bulb that went off,
Yeah.
and it became really easy.
Yeah.
But it had nothing to do with what the teacher was teaching.
Yeah.
I had to
Basically,
do
you
that
just
on my
explained
own.
how every kid in my class felt, and I was the one that just didn't get it.
Yeah.
And when we got to algebra 2, it was like, why am I bothered? What
Right.
like I couldn't do it in algebra.
Oh my God.
And you know,
Yeah.
I took algebra in the 8th grade.
Did you take college math? Like I got to college math, and I'm like,
Oh.
this is not for me.
So I had to
couldn't do
take
it.
two maths or
calculus, I
sciences,
think.
and those I didn't really love
Yeah.
either one because I was a journalism major and I didn't have to do a lot of that. I took a stats class, thinking you know me.
Yeah,
I was
batting
thinking
average.
I'm a geek. I can do
ERA.
this. I got about halfway through the semester. I was rocking it okay, and then the last half of the semester, I was like, oh, this I was like trying to run the clock out, like I was handing the ball off. We gotta keep the clock running here, and I
me out
just
here.
made it with like a B- or something. Like,
B-.
Speaking of Dennis Leary, he was one of my professors at Emerson.
Oh, really?
He taught one of my
What did he
classes.
teach?
It was comedy writing.
Comedy
What
writing.
else?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That's a fun class. I actually in grad school because grad school is grad school, but it was the only B+ I got was in comedy writing, which was like the thing. Everything else A's because it's easy.
So
but-
what do they teach you like specifically?
Comedy writing?
Yeah,
In grad
conceptually.
So
what do they teach
They
you?
would usually present you with like a topic
Mm-hmm.
or some type of thing, and then everyone would have to write off of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did some of that. I mean, mine was in in television production, so we had to write a sitcom script. So I was learning about comic beats and all that kind of stuff. The rule of 3 is a big one in comedy, like those kind of things. But I wrote a Just Shoot Me spec script episode for that.
So what's the rule of 3?
Like they're like always repeating.
Because I know
rules
the
of
Bill
3, like-
Belichick rule of 3.
It's set up, big laugh.
Yeah, like
or
when you do callbacks too, we talk about just comedic devices. Like I don't remember all of it, but it still pops up sometimes. And like 3, everything is 3s.
It's a good thing you don't get the Santa from the Rudolph. You'd like write out a whole script and you'd say it, and then they'd be like, needs work,
Right.
not funny.
Right. Where's Vrabel, Matt? Any word from him? His hands are up. He doesn't know.
Braves.
Okay.
I will
he's
say
late.
last night we were. I think they ran a little late last night. We were supposed to interview. I think we'll run it at halftime here. I interviewed Vidarian Lowe, but they were a good 45 minutes, an hour behind when they thought they were. So maybe things are taking a little extra time. Make sure you hammer the Jets this week.
Chad in Atlanta writes in, so Marlon Humphreys just said on a podcast regarding the uncalled PI against Booty, quote, I honestly feel like I did tackle the bro. I'm pretty sure that
Saw
should have
this
been
on
a
Twitter.
PI, but they didn't call it, so I will take it where we take it. That being said, when Paul mentions investigations into refereeing, what would that consist of? I'm curious. I'm not familiar with the league's method on that. There would never be an investigation.
Yeah, not unless they. Okay.
Oh, here's Mike.
We're not doing this tomorrow? You're right, we're not. But thank you.
Yesterday, we tabbed Garrett our Good Guy Award winner. Has he been a good guy for you?
Yeah, great. You know, I mean, a lot of additions in the offseason, and Garrett was one of them, and he's been out there in the middle of our offense and helps coordinate everything that we do with the line of scrimmage. He's brought a lot of experience, brought a lot of knowledge, and so again, has really helped us. And we got hopefully a lot of football left to play, and it's a great honor for him, to be able to represent our football team to you guys and in a positive way. So I'm a little disappointed I didn't win that in my 8 years here.
Mike, how important is this week for you as a football team, but also on and off the field with the players and their families and what they go through too?
Yeah, man, it's just always that balance of that we wage in these holidays with Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, trying to have a balance of getting the work done that we need, trying to focus on what's important here at work, practicing, and then when that wraps up and we're done, and being able to compartmentalize and go and be with family and the people that come in and have helped our players, our coaches, and our staff get to where they are. None of us did this on our own. There's a lot of people that have helped us get here, have made sacrifices, and so anytime that we can have to spend with them on important days, I'm all for it. But then the most importantly is what we do on the field, like you said, on Sunday.
So what's a lot of Craig Woodson to come here and make an impact as a rookie?
Well, a lot of experience, one. I mean, Craig was in college for a while. We joke about it, but he's started and played a lot of games. He's seen a lot of football, but I think he's continued to learn and understand and develop, and he's gotten better each day, and he's been durable and available. And the more that you're out there, usually the better that you get.
What made him the game captain? What was the thought process? Oh wait, no, he wasn't.
No, he was. You've been tracking these pretty closely, Mike, and you've been on them. It was our first. We had gone through most everybody, and there was other options, I think, obviously, but just trying to thought it was the right time with Craig, and the amount of snaps that he's played for us and what he's done, and just trying to continue to build the young players on this roster, whether that's on the field or developmental or a leadership role or whatever that may be. I guess that was just the idea.
Robert was out last week. Do you expect him to practice at all this week in preparation for?
I don't, unless we get a Christmas miracle. Tiny Tim starts walking or something.
Christian Gonzalez mentioned that very early on you talked about winning the division. Why was it important to express that, to the group and put that out there early in your tenure?
I think just to make sure that everybody understood what the expectations were, that there's a lot of ways to win football games in this league, and with a lot of different players and a lot of different lineups and a lot of different schemes and however we need to do to win football games. But that was going to be the goal, and making sure that they all understood that, making sure that they knew that this was the priority, and that's what we've tried to do. Now we haven't done it. We still have opportunities to do it, but just making sure everybody understood what the expectations were.
Ernest is ready to take on a bigger workload?
Yeah, I mean, again, we'll take him off the field, and then somebody else will, well, this guy's not getting that. We only got one football, so we'll try to, but he is prepared. It was unfortunate his first week that he busted his tail to get in there on that Thursday night game, and we handed to him, huge run, questionable holding call, and he had some other plays in that first game, and actually joked with him yesterday. I said, hopefully, if you get in there, we rip a couple runs off there, you make a couple plays that they don't get called back. And, he was laughing. But he's done nothing but come in and be a professional and learn and be ready to go. And I know that when his opportunity comes, he'll take advantage of it. Coach,
Coach, talk about Thayer Mumford and the job he's done in your 6-0 line packages coming in. You've been doing a lot more of that this season, going with that 22 Rhino stuff. Just talk about him and what he's brought to the team.
You hear that, Sophie? About scared me up there. You hear that? Gotta get you to get that tenor. There you go. There you go. Don't do that. I saw a different Thayer, I think, than the one that left here. And again, haven't spent time at another team, came here, and I think it was okay. And then getting claimed by Cleveland, coming back, I think we all, including Thayer, saw a different version of him. One that was much more prepared, ready to go physically, and has done that role before. It's helped us, hopefully, and go whether play tackle or both spots on the offensive line. So I think we've just seen a different version of Thayer, and I think he's trying to take advantage of his opportunities.
What stands out to you from the Jets' play style and where they'll challenge you?
Up front, I really enjoy watching their offensive line. I think it's a good group. It's a very young and talented group on the outside. I love the play demeanor of the guys inside, with Myers and Tipton and Simpson, and they come off the ball. They're good in their combinations, so they really allow most their runners, but mostly Brees, to get going. There's not a whole lot of first contact, and he's able to he averages over 4.2 yards a carry. So I think that I like that group. Just they moved us last time. They ran the football against us. The recipe for winning is not going to be to run for 65 yards and give up 140 yards on the ground. I've told the team that multiple times. So athletic defense, young, playing some young guys. Obviously with McDonald and him continuing to get better, and his length, and Jermaine Johnson, and Briggs, and then obviously Phillips is the steadying case in there. The linebackers are fast. They run. They're fourth tackle for loss percentage. So if you don't come off on them, or you don't get somebody up to them, they're going to make the tackle, and they're going to be there in a hurry. So we'll have to do a great job of trying to get somebody on those linebackers.
I know he had an up and down start to the regular season, but what's impressed you the most about Andy and the way he's kind of settled into the job?
He's done a nice job. He's, been accurate. I think that he's kept a good demeanor. I think he's practiced well as far as just mentally and in talking about the weather and in, finding, whatever that is. Tom's coached kickers in all different climates, but I haven't. And so whatever the plan is to prepare to kick in the weather and all these different things that he's trying to do or has done. And, I just think he's got a pretty steadying demeanor and, has worked to improve in the consistency, with his approach and all those other things.
Mike, Ramondre was saying that he maybe enjoyed a blitz pickup in the series before the final series more than the 21-yard touchdown run. How does that make you feel as a coach when you hear the running backs talking like that?
Well, they have a critical job, and not anybody, but most players in the league, if you hand it off and there's a hole, they're going to score. But very few can, handle the mental challenge of what the protection is and what the scan is, and I've got will to weak safety, or I've got whoever you have, and being able to, some of these presentations that the defenses present, you may be up in the line of scrimmage and have to get back out and be able to block somebody, and then physically being able to do it and stand up to them and block them and stop their charge and not drop your head and all these different things. And so I think that is a something that he does very well. And again, when your best player is the quarterback, it's important that you protect them. So I appreciate that, but that doesn't surprise me.
Coach, what do you see from their kickoff?
Come on, Nicole, you just got right. You come on.
What do you see from their kickoff?
Come on, Nicole.
A couple of.
Hold on, Evan.
Okay.
A couple of coaches and quarterbacks have weighed in on the merits of pure progression passing against coverage reads. Sort of, where do you
Throw to the guy that's open in the progression and where that progression takes you. The first one that you see, that usually leads to positive yards. It limits negative plays. Obviously, there's times where we're going to have to hold the ball, move guys down the field, and progress. So I try to keep it as simple as possible because I think that holding the ball in this league just leads to turnovers, to sacks, to longer yardage. And the more that the quarterback gets hit, the more negative things have a chance to happen. Turnovers, all the other obvious things.
Sorry, Nicole. The kickoff returns for the Jets, I think they lead the league in kickoff return averages. What are you seeing from them on that?
Great scheme, excellent players, very good returners. We'll have to cover with a purpose this week. And, obviously, they have a running back that really runs through arm tackles and has a good job, has done a great job of doing that. Mitchell, obviously, is a great punt returner, but those skills have translated over to the kickoff return. So as much as they kick away from, the nay, that they now Mitchell's getting a lot of those, or Williams is getting a lot of those. So we'll have to make sure that we're good, that the space is limited. And again, one guy is probably not going to be able to do it and get them down. And that's been, special teams has been a very, very strong point for these guys. Fake the punt, the punt returns has been a weapon. 14-yard average, 2 touchdowns, 1 called back. So these are making sure that we're matching everything that they do from a special team standpoint. Critical phase. But thank you guys and Merry Christmas. I appreciate everything you guys do.
Keep it antagonizing me. Watch what happens.
All right.
Yes, your performance. The performance like sexual. Excuse me? Willie. Are you saying there's something wrong with my gear? Is that what you're saying to me? I'm sorry, your gear? Willie. My stick. He's not going to say stick in front of the children, is he?
Hey, our friend that we were just talking about before we went on there, Mark Capello, already posted on Instagram. Get the tree down. It's over. Take the lights off. Turn the music
Living
off.
with
It's
him
over.
must be exhausting.
More of gravy than of grave about you, whatever you are. Humbug, I tell you, humbug.
I want to thank you all for doing shows Tuesday and today. Most podcasts are putting out nothing. What? Or best of shows. The radio is putting their C team out there. No offense, Paul. As someone who has to work tomorrow.
And I want to look him straight in the eye, and I want to tell him what a cheap, lying, no-good, rotten, four-flushing, low-life, snake-licking, dirt-eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant, blood-sucking, dog-kissing, brainless, hopeless, heartless, fat-ass, bug-eyed, stiff-legged, spotty-lipped, worm-headed sack of monkey he is. Hallelujah!
Just tuned in live for the first time ever.
Oh,
hey.
Excellent.
A lot of people at home.
Christmas Welcome miracle. Aboard.
Advantage. Sitting by the Yule tide and listening to PU.
Sitting by the Yule log.
Sitting by the Yule tide.
Some people are by the ocean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not the river, though.
No.
River wouldn't have a Yule tide.
No.
Correct.
To everyone out there listening, have a Merry Christmas. That's what you celebrate.
Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho.
All right, back here in Patriots Unfiltered. 855-PATS-500 is the hotline. Podcast at patriots.com is the email address. Is Alex coming?
I don't think she is. I think she's
But it's a
indisposed.
time here. What time is it?
Yeah, we can do the co-pilot question of the week real quick before.
Do that.
Yeah, right. Here we go. It's time for the co-pilot question of the week, presented by Microsoft Copilot, where every day is game day and where every decision is powered by insight and innovation. Microsoft technology helps to make decisions faster, insight sharper, and strategies more adaptive. All right, guys, this week we're talking about Pro Bowl. Drake Maye made the Pro Bowl. Christian Gonzalez made the Pro Bowl.
You stumped me.
Who
You
are the
finally
top,
stumped me.
Who are the top 3 Patriots of all time that have gone to the most Pro Bowls?
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, how many? This is just with the Patriots, too. I have to clarify if anyone's going to check my math on this.
17.
14 times. Number 2, anybody? Any guesses on 2 and 3?
I'd say John Hanna.
John Hanna is 3rd with 9 Pro Bowls.
Okay.
There's one more.
Tippett?
We were just talking. Tippett actually 5 down. He's tied with
Bruce
Richard
Armstrong.
Seymour. No. Wes Welker, Gronk, Wilfork, Gostowski, all 5. Bledsoe had 4.
Vinatieri?
One more guy you're thinking off the beaten path. Mike Vrabel was just talking special teams.
Oh, Slater.
Slater.
Oh, yeah.
10 Pro Bowls. So
Oh, sure.
there you have it.
Yeah.
Drew Bledsoe. I noticed
Matthew
maybe
Slater.
So Mike clearly has been angry that I've been getting the answers. So he decided to go pro. He decided to find something that one of the very few things that I have no interest in. Mike
Special teams.
decided no Pro Bowls. I could care less. And there you go.
Congratulations. So yeah, there you have it.
All right. Well, we're waiting for Alex.
Yeah, Alex is
No, I
not
don't-
Oh, she's
coming.
not
I've
coming
told
at
you
all?
this several times during this show that she's
Yeah.
working on something with Ramondre Stevenson, and she was not going to
Taking
be
a long
available.
time.
Okay, well, she's dedicated and she writes really well.
Okay. All right. All right. Well,
We'll get it
it's
from
that
her.
time of the week. The week.
The week and Q.
All right. Paul, how do we do last
So
week?
as I alluded, Fred and Evan, 12 and 4. Alex and Paul, 11 and 5. Mike, 8 and 8. However, with the spread, Fred joins Alex at 11, 4 and 1.
Strong.
In second
Especially
place,
this time of
in
the year.
second place,
3rd place.
behind Evan at 12, 3 and 1.
Wow, Evan.
12, 3 and 1 with the
With
spread.
the spread. That's good.
Evan really making a charge.
But he's well in
He's-
arrears.
yeah.
Mike 9, 6 and 1. Good job,
Yeah,
Mike.
Respectable.
Good for you,
Renee,
Mike.
Good for you.
Good for you.
And feeling the pressure of trying to catch the uncatchable Freddie Fields, Paul 8, 7 and 1. So dropping 3 games at this time. This is not the time
No,
of
clutch
year
time.
to be dropping
You're
3
not clutch,
games in a
Paul.
week.
I also
so
noticed it was cold in the
Yeah.
room last week. You couldn't
Yep.
you couldn't perform in the cold.
I think that's an excellent point.
Yeah,
Did
you
you
can't do
notice
it.
how cold I was during the post game? Do you remember how
You were
cold we
cold.
were?
You
I was
were.
cold.
That
You need to
makes
get the
sense.
scuba suit
There was
for the
so
picks.
much germ infestation
There
going
was.
on.
I think we
it
dodged the
threw me
bullet though,
off.
because I still feel great. So
Yeah,
I think we're all right.
I think my tickle is kind of gone.
Good,
So I
good.
don't know. We'll see. Anyway, the overall standings: Fred and Alex remain. No, they are tied now because Fred
Picked up a game.
picked up a game. 156, 83 and 1. So they're tied in first place. Paul is in third at 149, 90 and 1. Mike 145, 94 and 1, and Evan 144, 95 and 1.
Oh God, I can't go double. I can't go double last place.
With the spread, Freddie Fields 129, 108 and 3. There was another push this week. Paul 122, 115 and 3. Evans' strong week puts him over the 500 mark at 119, 118 and 3. Alex 116, 121 and 3, and Deuce 101. Good, congratulations for breaking 100. 136 and 3. So
There you go. All right.
Mike,
Well, we got two weeks to go in the regular season.
I can't be in last place in both. I got to hold Evan off.
Okay. Well, you're going to have to be creative with your picks then this week.
Yeah.
So next year I'll go first, and we'll see if that makes any difference.
All right.
I'd just like to say
one of
I
our,
never complained about
listeners.
having to go first. It was the an
Yeah,
email.
that's
that they
true.
wrote in.
You-
But
Yeah. You've resigned yourself to being a loser.
I've also resigned myself.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Well, we start off with Christmas at 1 o'clock on Netflix. Remember that.
No.
This is on Netflix. It's Dallas 6-8 and 1 at Washington 4 and 11.
Dallas by 7.
That's by 7, huh? All right, I'm going to take Dallas to win. I'm going to take the points. Short week, Christmas, yada, yada, yada.
Dallas still got a chance?
No.
So they're out of the playoffs?
I believe they were eliminated, right?
Okay. I didn't know.
That's another one. Don't check it.
Yeah.
Just go with it.
Well, I mean, that plays into a lot of these picks.
I believe that they were eliminated. Are they 6-8 and 1?
6-8 and 1.
They are eliminated.
They are
I
eliminated.
thought they were.
Yeah, so we're going to need that, Matt. So I don't know where you got that info from, but keep that website up so we can figure this out.
All right, so Alex is not here, so I will actually echo Deuce's pick. I will take Dallas to win, but I'll take the points, and I think there's a chance that Washington wins this game outright, but I'm not quite ready to go there.
Yeah. I'm there as well. I'll take Dallas to win, but I'll take the points. It's Christmas. Washington doesn't want to.
No one wants to be there.
No one wants to be there, but they also don't want to play
Good
poorly
news
in
for
front
you.
of their fans.
No one wants to be there for any of these games, to be honest
Yeah.
with you. I don't think anybody in the league wants to play on Christmas.
I
but-
I think it's funny though. People were like, years ago, they shouldn't make the teams play on Christmas. This year, the games aren't good enough on Christmas.
Well, I think it's ridiculous that they're not only playing on Christmas, they're adding games on Christmas.
Thursday, 4:30 on Netflix. It's Detroit 8-7 at Minnesota 7-8.
Detroit by 7.5. Mike?
No.
I know it's unfair when Mike makes picks without knowing. No JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, no, I knew that. I know, no 9.
And what are the implications for this game? Any?
Well, Detroit has to win, but
Yeah.
they're in dire straits.
And Minnesota's out?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, in that regard, I'll take Detroit, and I'm going to lay the points.
Yeah, I'm going to do the same thing. I saw that Max Brosmer guy play that game in Seattle, and it may have been the worst quarterback performance I've watched. So I'm going to take Detroit both ways.
Yeah, me too. Detroit both ways. All right. The third of the triple header, Christmas night, 8:15 on Prime.
Yeah, this is a different streaming
Yeah,
service.
this is on Prime, not Netflix. The 12-3 Broncos are at the 6-9 Chiefs. We're looking for a little Christmas miracle here.
You'll need a miracle.
Yeah, talk about bad quarterback.
Denver by 13.5. No Gardner Minshew. It'll be the guy from South Dakota State there.
I couldn't do it.
Olukan?
Sure.
Olakan?
13.5.
Olakan? Denver by 13.
Wait, where is it being played?
At Kansas City.
Yeah, well, they allowed it because this is such a mismatch.
And because Mahomes is out.
Yeah,
See,
no.
that was the line is
Right.
Denver was playing on the road because Mahomes
Right.
is out. It was originally scheduled to be in Denver.
That's right.
Did you guys see the deal that Kansas City got from Kansas to
Yeah.
move? I
They
mean,
got
it's like
over $1
just
billion.
Everything, like
Yeah.
everything.
Can I ask a dumb question?
Yeah.
Without,
Yeah.
are we in a safe space? Do I not
I don't
get?
know. It depends on what you're talking
Do I
about.
not get mocked and ridiculed for
Yeah.
this? The Kansas City, Missouri,
Yeah.
right? And the Kansas City, Kansas. Is it the same actual city, but it just is on the? It
Cut-
overlaps
cut in
both
half?
states,
I
or
don't
is
know.
it two separate cities?
I always thought it was two
I thought it was
separate,
two-
but
I think it's two
I could be
separate
wrong.
cities.
I thought it was
I
two
always
se-
thought it was two separate cities, and I'm asking for
So
a friend.
basically, they could just shift
So
the
it's not-
stadium over 10 feet. And
So it's
then
not a
in
dumb
Kansas?
question, is what you're
I
saying.
don't think it
I don't
is.
think a lot of people didn't even know.
No, I knew there
yeah.
was a difference
Yeah.
between Kansas City, Missouri, and
Yeah.
Kansas City, Kansas. But
Right.
I always thought they were two separate
I
entities.
thought so too.
I mean, it is.
But now
right
I'm being
on the-
told that it's the same. It just happens to
Yeah.
be cut by the state border.
This feels
Yeah,
like we're
could
really
be.
stupid right now. I think it is. I think it is right on the. It is right.
Okay.
right next to
According
it.
to the Google, it says two separate bordering cities in different
Yeah,
states.
they are
Two
bordering
separate
cities.
bordering cities
Yeah.
in different states. So they
Yeah.
border,
Yeah, they do. At least according
but
to
they're
the map.
separate. Well, they have to be separate because of the government.
Right. Right.
Like they can't. One is in a
But
different state.
But they are actually like if there was no state
touch.
border, it
Do
would
they
be
touch?
one state. It would
Yeah.
be one city.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
No, they don't.
All right. Yeah. I thought it was two separate.
Yeah,
Yes.
like different locations, like miles apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, Denver's favored by
Yeah,
13.5.
13.5. Definitely gonna take Denver to win. That's just a big number on a Christmas game, and shoot, I'll lay it. I'll lay the 13.
Yeah, I am going to as well. Kansas City, proud team, a lot of wins. They have nothing to play for. Probably not real happy to be playing in this game.
The fans aren't going to be happy. I don't think.
Yeah, I'm going to take Denver to win both ways.
I'm going to take the points, and the reason being that in the event that there is a Christmas miracle, at least I can win that part of the selection.
Sure.
So
Fair
we're
enough.
basically hedging it.
Yeah.
All right. Now,
Get any on you?
Tuna sandwich.
now we move to Saturday. So we're
Saturday.
playing Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, and Monday this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I assume.
Wow. Get ready
It's
because
like
that's
last
probably
week.
what it's going to be.
They did
all
that
the time.
last week, too.
Did we? Did we
A lot
do
of
that?
Thursday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh yeah,
Monday.
we had the Saturday
A
games.
lot of football.
Saturday at 4:30. It's Houston 10-5 at the Chargers 11-4.
The Lack by 2.5.
I think the Chargers get a lot of respect that they may not deserve. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah,
Keep going.
I'm going to go with Houston in this game. I know that's probably bad for the Patriots, but I
What,
just
what respect?
Yeah, I'm going to take the.
They're favored over Houston.
They've been better than Houston all year.
No, they haven't. Not
They
lately.
have.
No, I don't think so. I disagree.
What's their record?
11-4.
What's Houston's record?
But I'm telling you, don't you think Houston's played better lately?
No, they just barely squeaked by the Raiders at home last week.
I don't know. I think
While the Chargers went to Dallas and eliminated
everyone's
them.
scared of Houston, I'm told.
But that's your problem is you're listening to the cognoscenti.
And not a lot of people are scared
Anyway,
of the
I'm
Chargers.
sorry, Mike. Who did you take?
I'm going to take the upset. I'm going to take Houston.
Good, Mike.
I just think they're better.
I'm going to take Houston as well. I have, in all seriousness, I've been very impressed with the Chargers' resilience of being able to say, I know everybody thinks that we're done because of all our injuries, but they just keep. I mean, they beat the Eagles, they beat the Cowboys, they just keep winning these games, and I kind of agree with. I don't think Houston's better. I think the Chargers have a better team, but they're just beat to crap.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been impressed with the way they've played.
So what did the emailer remind us that we're really rooting for the Chargers to beat Houston?
Yes, because that would mean the Chargers would want to play hard in the last
So
game.
I'm going to root for the Chargers. I'm picking the Chargers to win. There we go. Chargers win this game. But I also think there's something about Harbaugh. I think,
I think their defense has played really well. Their defensive coordinator is getting some consideration, as a head coach candidate. They've been impressive, the Chargers. That's a pretty good team. I thought that they would crumble. I've been ridiculously impressed with Herbert's toughness this year.
Yeah.
Not just because of the broken hand, but the way he's played.
Yeah. I think Harbaugh might have the right messaging for this time of the year.
Okay.
It's just so weird.
Saturday at 8. This is on Prime. Oh, by the way, that game was on NFL Network. This game, I think, is on Peacock. Hold on.
I don't think I can
Hold the
watch
phone.
that then.
Hold the phone.
I think I'm actually going to
Yes,
sign up.
this
for
game
Peacock.
is on Peacock.
Oh, no, I think I tried to do Paramount last night, and it wouldn't let me on. Maybe I do get Peacock.
Yeah.
Baltimore at Green Bay?
Yeah, Baltimore 7-8 at Green Bay 9-5-1.
Green Bay by 3, and I do not know the status, Mike, of a lot of the Green Bay players.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about Jordan Love.
Yeah, at least Parsons out. What about Lamar?
Yeah, Lamar as well. Didn't practice.
Yeah. I'm just going to.
By the way, you said Kittle's healthy, and the report is that he is not healthy.
Yeah, all right. He had a good game the other night.
I'm going to take Green Bay at home. I'll lay the points.
Green Bay, I will take Green Bay. Baltimore is.
I'm going to take Green Bay as well.
If their coach doesn't want to win, then I'm going to guess they're not going to win.
Yeah, I'm going to.
I think he should be fired. I think that's a fireable offense. You're playing for your playoff life, and your best player is hurt, and your second best player is standing on the sideline in a coat next to you.
Yeah.
And you claim that it wasn't what you wanted.
No.
I think you need to go.
Yeah.
And I think Harbaugh's a really good coach. I just think it's time.
Wow. I'm going to take Green Bay as well. Hard to argue with that, though. Now we move over to Sunday, the traditional Sunday at 1 games. Seattle is 12-3 at Carolina, 8-7 on CBS. By the way, every time Jim Nantz does a broadcast, does somebody just die the week before?
Oh, why?
Like, he's always like, we just lost one of our CBS family.
Oh, no.
And it's some guy that, nobody knows except people that work at CBS. Like,
Yeah, the
it
assistant
happens like
editor.
every time he's on a broadcast. And not just football, the Masters or whatever. It's like there's always somebody he's memorializing.
He works a lot. People are always dying.
Yeah, I
so,
guess.
What do you got, Paul?
Seattle by 7.
7? Yeah, I'm going to take Seattle to win, but I'm going to take the points for your... Are they in first place right now?
They are first place, yes.
Wow, that win doesn't look so pathetic now, does it, Paul?
It does not, Mike. Good job by you.
DVOPA or whatever that is.
Our DVOPA is improving.
So when Seattle wins this game that you'll go back to have faced 2 teams with winning records. This is a tough one. Carolina does not need this game, believe it or not. It all comes down to the last game for them. If they were to win. I'm going to do the deuce, which is not a good thing considering his track record. But I'm going to take Seattle to win and Carolina to cover.
And it's only 2?
7.
Oh, 7.
Yeah, big spread on the road.
That's the way I'm going to go too. I'm I was tempted to pick Carolina outright.
The Rams and Niners need Seattle to lose that game.
Yeah. Sunday at 1, Arizona 3-12 at Cincinnati 5-10 on Fox.
Cincinnati by 7.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Yeah, this is an easy
That's
one.
gross. I'll take Cincinnati. I'll lay the points.
Yeah, I'm going to as well. I look forward to the game starting and whoever does the announcing telling me how great Jacoby Brissett's been playing, despite the fact that they lose every game. Bengals.
Yeah, Bengals. Joe Burrow on a mission to show he's having fun.
Right.
Just to, quiet the people. So, although he started it.
Just have fun. You shouldn't have to try to have.
He started it.
He did. It's not made up. So Cincinnati both ways. Sunday at 1 on CBS. Pittsburgh 9-6 at Cleveland 3-12.
Pittsburgh by 3, and I believe a win would clinch the division, correct?
Yes, because Baltimore needs Cleveland to win.
Right.
Somehow.
So Pittsburgh has a chance to close out the division.
And no DK.
No, he's suspended.
I'll take Pittsburgh.
And Poe.
I'm tempted by I'm going to lay the points. I'll lay them.
Yeah, I'll take Pittsburgh both ways, although this is one of those Fred Kirsch division games on the road. You never know, but Pittsburgh's got too much to play for. They have to win this one.
Yeah, I'll go with Pittsburgh as well. Sunday at 1 on Fox. Jacksonville 11-4 at Indy 8-7.
Jacksonville by 6.5.
Yeah, I mean, I love
Mike.
Yeah.
Jacksonville owns Indy.
Yeah, I know. I was going to take Jacksonville anyway. Nice story with Philip Rivers. I mean, they're not winning. They're giving up a ton of points now, too. So I'm going to take Jacksonville. I'll lay the points.
Yeah, I'm going to take Jacksonville both ways as well. And I agree about Philip Rivers. I thought he played pretty well the other night.
Yep, I will go Jacksonville as well, both ways. Sunday at 1 on Fox. Tampa Bay 7-8 at Miami 6-9.
Tampa by 5.5.
Check real
They're
quick.
getting a lot of respect.
Tampa is, they have not been eliminated. They're 7-8. So
They need to win. They need Carolina to. Well, I think they just need to win.
Yeah. Did you say 5.5?
5.5.
5.5. Yeah, I'll take Tampa. I'll lay the points.
Yeah, I know. I hear you, Paul.
Tampa's in a funk.
I hear you, Paul.
Tampa's in a funk.
I know.
I'm going to take Tampa to win, but I'll take the points.
That's
I
the
was
way to
tempted
go.
to take the upset, but Quinn Ewers, man.
Yeah.
That was tough.
I'll take the
Second
points
half
as
was
well.
tough.
I'll take the points as well. Tampa will squeak by. Now that Drake May is in the league,
Drake May.
We're not so dependent on making the league good with Baker in it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a change.
So
yeah.
Now we've got Drake May.
Yeah,
now.
so you can't say Drake, May. You got to say Drake, May. That's the cadence. You can't.
Right.
Drake,
I don't
May,
really
May.
understand it still, and I've had 3 different versions of the explanation, so I'm going to stay out of it.
His nickname is Drake May.
My guess is it's not for me, so I'm going to stay in my lane.
It's for all of us, Paul.
We're all
Yeah.
Drake May fans.
Sunday at 1 on CBS. It's New Orleans 5-10 at Tennessee 3-12.
New Orleans by 2.5. Give Kellen Moore some credit.
Yeah, they haven't given up.
They've been winning games.
Yep.
And, probably not necessarily what they want to
Right.
be doing, but
Right.
first year coach trying to establish something.
I'm going to go with Tennessee, the upset at home, Cam Ward.
So I'm going to take the Saints, but I have a feeling Mike is right. This is one of those games where everybody's like, the Saints have been playing pretty
Right,
good.
then
They're winning games. This is a game, quote unquote, a bad team is supposed to win on the road.
Then they cough it up.
I'm going to take the Saints because I think Tennessee's that bad.
I am too. I'm going to take the Saints. All right, now we skip over the Patriots at 1 o'clock, and we move to 4:05 on CBS. The Giants.
No.
What?
Please, no.
What?
This might be the worst matchup ever.
The Giants 2-13 at the Raiders 2-13.
All right, it is by 1.5.
This is the toilet bowl.
No Brock Bowers.
No Brock Bowers.
Someone else got on IR too.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. What to do? What to do? I'm going to go with Geno Smith and the Raiders. I don't know why.
I'm going to lose this game no matter who I pick. I'm going to take the Giants. Don't ask me why. I have no rational explanation.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Giants as well. Now we go to 425. When's the last time there were only 2 games in the 4 o'clock window? Because this would be the other
Christmas. Because there's not enough games.
I know.
They're all being played on Thursday.
Right. 425 on Fox. Philadelphia 10-5 at Buffalo 11-4. All Patriots' eyes will be on this game.
So this is basically a nationally televised game. The whole country's going to get this game except for New York and Vegas.
Right.
Buffalo by 1.5.
Yeah, I gotta do it. I'm gonna take Philly. I'm a little bit concerned about Josh Allen and his foot. I'll take the Eagles.
I'm going to take Buffalo. I kind of agree with Fred. I don't think the Eagles look quite right to me. I don't think they looked all that good against Washington the other day in that Saturday game. I think if the Commanders played, a little bit better, I think they could have pulled off an upset. So I'll take Buffalo at home.
Yeah, I have to take Buffalo. Obviously, I'm rooting for Philadelphia, and sometimes when that happens, I just pick them anyway. I can't do it. It's just too. This is too easy for Buffalo. Sunday night, 8:20 on NBC.
Good matchup.
Chicago 11-4 at the 49ers 11-4. Chicago's already wrapped up their division.
Is that true? I don't think that's true.
I thought they did, or maybe they just clinched the playoffs. They did something. Maybe they just clinched the playoff berth.
Maybe they may have clinched the playoff berth.
They're just playoff berth. Yeah.
Okay.
The Niners by 3. The Niners and Seahawks control their destiny. If the Niners win out, they're the number 1 seed. If the Seahawks win out, they're the number 1 seed. The Rams need some help.
I'm going to take San Francisco. That's a good game, though. Sunday night. I look forward to checking that one out. I'll take San Francisco. I'll lay the points.
Yeah, I'm going to take San Francisco as well. I think that offense is clicking. And I don't think Caleb Williams is going to have the luxury of a slow start, which he's kind of gotten into a little bit of a pattern. He's much better later, but it might be too much.
Yeah. I've been on Chicago most of the season.
And you were right.
But I was wrong last week.
I was not a believer.
I was off Chicago last week, and I got screwed by that. But I'm going to be off them again this week. I think San Francisco at home beats the Bears.
Should be a good game.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
It's
all right. Now we go to Monday night on ESPN, and
it's not a good one.
8:15. The Rams 11-4 at the Falcons 6-9. 9.
The Rams by 7.5.
9.
Rams.
Yeah, same with me. Indoors, that offense, I think, will put up too many points for Kirk Cousins, and that pass rush could make life difficult for the old man.
I'm going to go with the Rams as well.
Although I am not a believer in the Rams defense overall. I think they have a good pass rush, but I don't think their secondary is very good.
All right, now we move back to 1 o'clock, and of course it's the Patriots at 12-3 visiting New Jersey to take on the Jets on Fox 3-12.
Patriots by 13.5. Tied for the biggest spread of the week.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen to Evan. I mean, he told me no chance, but I kind of agree with him. I'm gonna take the Patriots by a nice, comfy score of 34-10.
Yeah, I see a similar kind of game. I'm gonna say 33-6. I don't see any offense for the Jets, and this is just a focus game. Special teams, I wouldn't be surprised if they do the same thing on the kickoffs. Just kick them in the end zone and give them the 35. They're not going to do anything with that. And just don't give the Jets any points. And you should be okay in this one.
Listen, it's a division game. It's the Jets. You just never know in this league. Patriots 42-10.
Classic. Did you see me write it in? Did you see me write it in when he started?
They have to give the Patriots are going to have to give up that first drive touchdown.
Right.
Then after that,
and then your blog will be blowing up. Like, that's it.
I would have to think about it, but I would wonder a first drive touchdown in this game. I think it would be the most surprising one that they would have allowed, counting Cleveland at home counting
yeah.
the one they allowed to Carolina at home, the one they allowed to
Titans?
Tennessee
Yeah.
on the road. This would be, I think, more surprising than even any of those.
Yeah.
Even the first time the Jets did it in the Thursday night game, they went right down the field and scored.
Yep. But I think Patriots handle the Jets in New Jersey. I'm probably going to be mostly Patriots fans in the crowd. If I, why would a Jets? Fireman Ed, he's out. he's been gone since like week 3.
Too cold.
I wonder how many empty seats there'll be. Just period.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a big place.
Yeah.
It's a big place. It's Christmas weekend.
Yep.
Screw that.
Terrible matchup.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen. It's not the end of the year, but it's getting there, right?
No,
We
but
have
it is Christmas.
2 more shows until the end of the year, right?
Yeah.
Ish.
So I hope everyone has a good day tomorrow. Patriots are off. We're off.
Mike and I will be with you on Sunday again.
Pregame show.
Pregame show.
11:45.
11:45. I'll be in New Jersey, doing the blog. Everybody behave if things don't go 100% the way you want it to go.
But I think
please.
they're going to, so I think you'll all be in a good mood.
Again, I don't mind
Christmas.
criticism, but I want constructive criticism, not we're frauds. We don't need that. All right.
I got to tell you, they lose to the Jets, I might be in the fraud category.
No, they had a bad week. They came out unfocused, and they deserve criticism. But I still think I think they're a pretty good team.
I mean, I think we're 12-3.
All right. See you later.
Hey, this is Alex. Thanks for tuning into the show. If you really want to help us, make sure you like us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Also, make sure you follow us on the New England Patriots YouTube channel to see this show and everything else we do here at the Patriots. Thanks a lot.